Drugs make me strong. Drugs make me smart. Drugs make me feel good. Drugs make me cool.
All right, we're on.
Let's go.
Disco Acid Cult TV. Yeah, like I said, I got nothing for tonight. Pretty much relying on chat tonight, except for the 2 episodes. When you watched the 2 episodes, did you accidentally watch an episode called 16.5?
No, okay. That's a dub-only episode, right? Do you want me to explain what it is?
I mean, I watched it. It was just a flashback.
Yeah, so basically, when GT got dubbed and brought to America in like 2003, 2004, they thought that the Black Star Dragon Ball hunt, where they're going to all the different planets before the current arc we're in with like Rildo and them, they thought it would be too boring for fans of Z, because Z is more action oriented, whereas the first arc of GT is more adventure Dragon Ball, OG Dragon Ball style. So they made 16.5 for the dub, and that served as like the first episode of the show before they eventually went and released the Black Star Dragon Ball arc as well. So yeah, that's what it is. It's a recap episode for when the show got brought to America. That's where it started from.
Yeah, so on the website that I told you was animefreak.to.
Yeah.
I clicked next after 16 and it went to 16.5. And I thought, well, that's weird. Usually it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Yeah. I thought, whatever, I'll watch it. And I noticed something was different in the first place when this episode on the website played the opening credits with the Grand Tour rap. Which was awesome.
It's fucking awesome.
And then when it went to the title card, it was in English and it said The Grand Problem. And usually the title cards on this website are in Japanese.
Yeah.
So I knew this was different. I thought maybe this episode in particular is just coming from a different provider or whatever they call a different source.
Yeah.
But then I watched it and it starts off with Goku it's Goku getting trapped like he does at the end of 16. And he goes, I can't believe this is all because of one selfish wish.
Yeah.
And it goes to a flashback at the first episode. After like 5 minutes, I'm like, is this whole thing going to be a flashback? And then it gets into the flashback from the last episode 16. And I'm like, there's no way they're flashing back to the episode right before this. On my end, Shit Piss was actually first.
Same, yeah.
Your comment did come up right after, like you guys probably were at the same time. I'm sure it was just an internet connection difference at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I watched. That's why it took me so long. That's why we're late, because I accidentally watched 16.5, just not wanting to miss anything.
Yeah, just in case.
And then I went to episode 17 and it went right back to no Grand Tour rap in the opening title the opening title card was in Japanese. And
yeah, it's really hard to find a stream that has the Grand Tour opening. Most places the stream have the Japanese opening or like the English dub version of the Japanese song, not the Grand Tour song.
Yeah, the Welcome to the Grand Tour.
It's the best song of all time. Like I said, if we hit 10K, I'll do a cover. Go on.
Do we know who does that rap?
No, I'm sure you could look it up, but it's like a well asked question in the community. Like, who the fuck did they get to do the Grand Tour rap?
It's got to be like some black guy that just loved Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, definitely. It's some black guy with like a afro that likes to hang out at the arcade and play Tekken. And he's a Dragon Ball fan.
Basically, what Japan thinks black people are. Who does the Dragon Ball GT opening rap? The opening for the English dub, Step Into the Grand Tour, is performed by Marcus Hall, also known as Shorty the Man.
It's just a random guy.
Shorty the Man, Marcus Hall.
Shorty the Man. Hey, he did a great job. I love that song.
Shit, Piss, and Fizz, you guys got to bring some topics tonight, because I don't have anything. We got like 1 or 2 things, but while we're waiting for you guys to supply the chat with topics, I was going to say, you know what I was thinking about?
What's up?
I found a clip. I came across a clip on Facebook just because I follow a lot of Dragon Ball Z and GT pages, and it was basically the very end of Dragon Ball GT when Goku goes off with the dragon.
Yeah.
And Trunks was telling Pan, Pan says, like, "What are we gonna do without the Dragon Balls?" And Trunks says, "Well, we need to do a better job of making sure that we don't need them." And then I was like,
Of
"Oh, you know
course.
what? Dragon Ball GT is cool because it's meta as fuck." The way that the
Mhm.
whole point of Dragon Ball GT is over reliance on the Dragon Balls, which means the writers basically took up the biggest fan complaint of Dragon Ball Z, because
Mhm.
everyone's always complained about there's no stakes when they just bring everybody back to life with the Dragon Balls. And they took the fans' complaint and turned it into the lesson of Dragon Ball GT, which is like scream levels of meta, but in an anime.
Dude, exactly, though. GT is so fucking good, man. I can't wait to get to the latter parts where it really starts cooking. I think I completely agree with you. It defeats so much of the critiques that fans have of Dragon Ball. You know, and there's characters that die permanently in GT too, but no one ever gives it credit for that either.
I think episode 1, Dragon Ball Goku, just because he's a Saiyan.
Nah, Hercule would win.
You think so?
Yeah, because you know,
Baby
OG
falling from the sky Goku, or are we talking like kid
no,
Goku?
you know, when like Kid Goku when he gets found by like Bulma, I only say that because I think that Hercule would beat him. Because you got to remember, Goku and Krillin were like on par when they were kids, right? They were like the same strength. Isn't that kind of implied?
Yeah, but I think like if Hercule was actually fucking up Goku, like Saiyan blood would happen. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's true. He would
Like,
get like an
he is a
ego boost.
Saiyan at the end of the day. Like,
That's
even the
true. Yeah,
weakest Saiyan has to be stronger than Krillin.
yeah, his survival instincts and all that. That's true. All right, right on. I'll take that.
But all right, let's just do let's do the 2 episodes really quick.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, episode 16.
Mhm.
I fell for the whole opening part, so my notes go. Now they're letting Pan fly the ship and she's fighting enemy fleets in space. And then I said, I do love the little bit of sci-fi in this series. You know, like they're
Yeah.
taking on
What's up, Andy?
Annie, you've got stuff to talk about. Put some topics in here because we're gonna go over this 2 Dragon Ball GT episodes for like 10 minutes, but we need stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So then I finally, when it reveals, I said, "Oh, Pan's playing a fucking video game," and that was pretty good, actually.
You didn't get it from when the enemy ship said Giru Giru over and over again?
I wasn't. I was. I'm kind of. I'm like taking notes at the same time on my notes,
Oh, okay, gotcha,
so
gotcha.
I didn't even hear that.
Oh.
Uh, so Giru detects another Dragon Ball, but then Trunks tells Pan wants to play more video games, and Trunks. I've heard this part's awesome. Trunks tells Giru he should let Pan win at the video game. And Giru says, "Why let a person win what they do not deserve?" And I wrote based Giru.
Based Giru, damn. Based Giru.
So then Pan abuses Giru again because he whoops her at the video game again.
Mm,
And then Giru starts talking about wanting to go back to his home planet because he sees it out of the
yeah.
window. And so they all agree to go there for a day for Giru. And then we get a quick scene of General Rildo talking to Dr. Mew, and General Rildo makes some comment about how T2006 is working out well. And if people remember, T2006 is Giru's model number.
Mhm.
That, along with the title of the episode being Giru's Checkered Past, I think kind of gives away.
Oh, that is a good topic. I don't know if you've seen nothing about that yet.
Yeah, Annie sent me all this stuff too, so we
Dude,
can bring that up.
crazy. Fucking wild.
Candace Owens is either. I'll save it for after this.
Yeah, save it for this.
So they go to this planet,
Mhm.
apparently Giru's hometown or home planet,
M2.
according to him.
Yeah.
The apples are made out of metal, so Giru likes that. Obviously, he gets to eat them. While they're walking around the city, it seems to be pretty deserted. But then this alarm goes off, and a bunch of other Girus appear, but they're all kind of a dark green color. And these other Girus are talking about General Rildo, and they're all, you know, like praising Giru. And Giru tells the crew that he doesn't know who these people are, who these robots are. So Giru splits off from the crew for whatever reason, and then here we learn that he's working for General Rildo.
Mhm.
I think he talks to Rildo right here, and or we see Rildo says that you know, good job to Giru or
Yeah, it gives
whatever.
him a Medal of Honor and shit.
Yeah. So then Giru flies back to the crew and tells them to follow him, and some other robots show up. These robots are called the Sigma Force, which is pretty ahead of the time too.
Mm.
The Sigma Force attacks Goku and Trunks, and they use sleeping gas, which I had to say I kind of hated.
Yeah, it is a little cheap, but I think they just have to like, how can they actually get captured? I don't know what else they would do, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe knock them out somehow, but the sleeping
Mm.
gas, I don't know, I just think if you're a Saiyan, I don't know, when you have some kind of immunity to like shit like sleeping gas, but I don't know.
Mm.
So Giru or the Sigma Force, traps Trunks and Goku, and then they go after Pan, but Giru tells them, leave Pan, we don't need her, we just gotta bring back Goku and Trunks, they have the Dragon Balls, and this is where Pan realizes, like, oh shit, Giru is working for General Rildo.
Yeah.
For episode 17, I thought it was episode 16.5, so I wrote, Goku has a big flashback to how GT started, and then I said, okay, I think this whole episode is gonna be a flashback, and then I wrote, alright, that was not episode 17, now I'm on episode 17. So, Rildo wants Goku and Trunks taken to a lab for testing. Pan is exploring the area, trying to find Goku and Trunks. Rildo announces to a population of robots that he's awarding Giru with the Medal of Honor for his work. Robots are running tests on Goku and Trunks, who are still sleeping, I wrote. The computer noticed something odd about Goku, and a robot informs Rildo that his power level is way too high. Giru tells Rildo that he studied Goku's fighting and believes that he can be beaten, though, despite how powerful he is. So Pan, who's walking around disguised as a robot at this point, she gets outed as defective because she can't walk through a certain wall like all the rest of the robots can. And she's thrown into this giant trash room, basically, where they throw robots that are deemed defective by Dr. Mew or by Rildo. One of the defective robots tells Pan that Goku and Trunks are on the second floor, and this giant crusher in the room turns on. But before anybody can get crushed, Pan basically blows the room up. Now she's running around out in the open in the facility, and one of the Sigma Force comes after her. And the Sigma Force is beating Pan because now the Sigma Force has all of their fighting styles basically downloaded into them because of Giru studying them for all this time. But then Pan starts crying and she gets angry, and she catches this robot by surprise now that she's using like that Saiyan anger kind of power. Finally, Goku wakes up. Pan busts in the room. Goku breaks out of the pod he's in. Trunks wakes up, and the episode ends.
What did you think?
Basically, like a giant robot planet is kind of going on. Which is cool. I like these episodes.
Yeah, I thought the art looked really cool. Like, I don't know if you noticed the part where like Rildo's heading up the elevator and shit, but all the way the shit is stylized looks like some really cool like sci-fi movie stuff. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, this is way more sci-fi than I know Dragon Ball Z kind of had like some people will talk about how there's a little bit of cyberpunk in the Dragon Ball series.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Especially like with the Android saga in Z, but this is I think the most that Dragon Ball's ever gotten into, like space travel, a whole population of robots now. Mutant robots is what they're called.
Yeah. Yeah, I also like the callback. Do you remember the episode Dragon Ball Z? It's technically a filler episode, but it's in the original Z anime, not Kai. Where Gohan, it's in the Saiyan arc where Gohan's like doing his training independently from Piccolo. Like Piccolo sends him off on his own, and he meets up with that robot.
No, I don't remember that one.
It was kind of like Pan meeting up with the robot, like this old decrepit robot that's like stuck in this cave. It was very similar. I think it must have been like a callback to that since Pan is his daughter and shit. But I thought it was a cool similarity, like a cool callback to that.
I've been watching a lot of clips of just like Z in general.
Yeah.
And there's one I didn't realize how I think people forget about how like Vegeta's character development, because there's an episode in the Android saga where I don't remember the full context because I only saw a clip, but something happens where Bulma and baby Trunks are endangered, and Vegeta ditches them and goes after the androids, but future Trunks saves Bulma and baby Trunks, and then he confronts Vegeta and he's like, why didn't you try to save them? And Vegeta's like, save who? And he's like, Bulma and your son. And Vegeta's like, I've got better things to worry about than that foolish woman and her blasted child. And people in the comments were like, oh yeah, Vegeta had the best character development for sure. Like,
dude, he did. I think he's the best developed character in all of anime. I really hate what they did to him in Dragon Ball Super. They completely regressed him. Dude, they even put him back in his old fucking outfit instead of keeping up, like, when he pops up in GT, when we see him, he's wearing like Earthling clothes. He's not wearing a Saiyan armor to show that he's more. Oh, he thinks of himself as an Earthling now. He doesn't have to wear armor anymore. But they put him back in the fucking armor. Super. I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I've seen some clips from Super though, where he when he goes shopping with Trunks and Bulma.
Those are cool, yeah.
Stuff like that. I know I've seen those complaints about Super, like characters
Yeah.
regressing, like, when Goku doesn't know what kissing is, and it's like,
Yeah,
"Bro,
which
there's"
is ridiculous because
like,
he has
he
fucking
kissed Chi-Chi
kids.
in Z.
Yeah, they get married and he kisses her, and they have fucking kids together. He's just fucking raw dogging her without kissing her, I guess.
I think it's kind of a curse of cartoons that become successful, like, characters become caricature, like, SpongeBob is a great example, like, SpongeBob
Totally.
the first episode of SpongeBob is about him getting a job, and then you watch
Yeah.
the newer episodes of SpongeBob, and he's like, you know, they've always been stupid, but he becomes like a straight up retarded fucking baby, and
Yeah,
Patrick becomes like almost unfunctional. Like, how the fuck is this guy even alive? Like, it went
yeah, how does he remember to
kind
feed
of stupid.
himself? He's that stupid.
And then
Yeah.
people talk about it with American Dad. I guess a lot of those
Mm.
characters have, you know, which I haven't kept up on American Dad.
Same,
Yeah,
yeah. I would believe it though.
I think it's kind of like a curse that cartoons go through. They run out of ideas and they just think, well, what is like a fan favorite moment of all these characters? And then they just boil them down to like
Dude,
Goku's always been stupid, but he knows what fucking kissing is. Like,
exactly, yeah, that's what they did to Vegeta too, because a lot of people like the Sand Saga Vegeta who doesn't, he doesn't give a fuck. All he cares about is like fighting and his pride, and that's pretty much what they made him in Super, But in GT, he's like a total family dude. We'll get to it, but one of the better episodes of GT, in my opinion, is like a Vegeta flashback episode where it's like the most relatable shit of all time. He like takes a shower and he like thinks about his life and how Goku got stronger than him, and he like accepts it, and then he like drinks a beer after and shit. It's a great episode.
I also saw the clip. One of my absolute favorite moments of Dragon Ball Z
Yeah.
is the episode of Goku and Piccolo getting their driver's license,
Oh
and
yeah, goaded.
it's how Goku really fucked Piccolo over because Chi-Chi's yelling at Goku. She's like, "You're the only person on the fucking planet that doesn't have your driver's license." And Piccolo, who's just aura farming in the back, Goku's like, "Well, Piccolo doesn't either." Piccolo's like, "What the fuck?" And Chi-Chi goes, "I want both of you to get your." And it's like, dude, how are you gonna just rope your buddy into this shit like that? Like,
Oh, facts. Nah,
yeah, no,
that's a
that's
fucking great episode. That's also some relatable shit, like your girlfriend's chewing you out, and you're like, "Oh, he didn't do that shit either."
yeah, just trying to bring anybody into the shit with you. And then I did see another clip that I totally forgot about in Dragon Ball. I forgot that Chi-Chi was a fighter in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, she's the daughter of her dad, who was the Ox King.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's funny because it kinda makes you think a little bit about, like, her wanting Gohan to study. People are in the comments being like, "Oh, Chi-Chi's a bitch," and there were some people that were like, "No, dude, she just knows what it's like, and she doesn't want her kid to be a fighter like she had to be when she was a kid," and, yeah, I
exactly.
guess
Yeah,
there's some interesting perspective when you think of it that way.
yeah. Well, and Goku and his family are fucking broke because Goku doesn't have a job. That's why they live out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So Chi Chi wants her son to fucking study and get a good job and be a doctor and all that shit.
I would imagine Bulma gives them money.
That's like the headcanon a lot of people have, like, oh, since Bulma and Goku are, our best friends, she gives them money and all that shit.
Yeah, Bulma's got them on, like, a monthly, like, just because
An
she gets you
allowance.
guys. Yeah, basically, Goku
Yeah.
doesn't care about money.
Mm.
And then I did see another clip of in Super when Vegeta finally explains Saiyans are like wired naturally. They like strong women. So that explains why Bulma and Chi-Chi are kind of bitchy.
True, yeah.
But Vegeta definitely it's funny how Toriyama hates Vegeta. And it's funny because I feel like people that aren't artists don't understand like creating art that you end up hating. It's like
Mhm.
Nirvana, Kurt Cobain disliking Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I first read that, yeah, Toriyama hates Vegeta. I was like, how the fuck is that even possible? But then I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, well, I've written songs that like I hate, or like I've been in bands where we write a song and then 2 months later I fucking hate this song and I refuse to play it. But it's like,
Yeah, it's well documented. Not only does he not like him, it's he's his least favorite character. Like, he does a lot of, like, side art for a lot of the other characters. I wanna say someone posted something like, he's never done, like, a bonus art for Vegeta. Yeah, it just never happened.
yeah, fucking crazy. Vegeta's the best.
Yeah, because my friends, we were watching a compilation of Vegeta, getting bitched in the show, especially in like the movies and shit. And they were like, "Why does Vegeta always get bitched?" I'm like, "Dude, it's because it's Toriyama's least favorite character, so he puts him through all that shit."
Yeah, the worst is the Frieza movie when Vegeta 1000% should have gotten the kill on Frieza.
Yeah, even when he's like, objectively stronger and should have gotten the win, he finds a way to make him lose.
Yeah, and then have Goku come in with fucking time travel.
Oh, dude, I fucking hate that movie. I hate all of Dragon Ball Super, honestly.
Yeah, I'm glad I never watched Super. Super to me seems it seems like the most generic anime. So when you watch Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT, they don't
Mhm.
look like normal anime. They don't look or feel like it to me. Like if you watch an episode of like I don't know, fucking like Tokyo Ghoul or just anything. You know,
Sure.
you're like, oh, I'm watching an anime, but Dragon Ball Z's always kind of been like a notch above. Like there's a reason it's
Mhm.
above all the rest, and it looks and feels. But then I see these clips of Super, and I'm like, this kind of looks like a generic anime. Like it's just some other
Yeah.
anime you'd see on Crunchyroll. Like it's nothing.
It has no aura.
Yeah, yeah. Dragon Ball Z really just felt different. Like everything about it was like, dude, this is just like a whole ass cartoon. Like it's not just a little anime over here in the anime corner, you know.
Yeah. Super was diet DBZ. That's a good take, Dixon Cider. I totally agree with you.
Hey, super power scaling, but I still love it.
Oh yeah, the power scaling is horrible. I do like certain moments of Dragon Ball Super. I liked the Goku Black arc up until they decided to ruin it at the end. I thought that was the dumbest shit of all time. I'll spoil it for you, Beckett.
Yep.
Basically, what happens? They do all that shit. They fight all the enemies, and at the end, Zeno, who's like the grand master of the entire universe, he blows up the timeline anyways. And keep in mind, the timeline that they're fighting for is the same one that Future Trunks fought for in the Android and Cell arc. So all of that shit in Z doesn't matter anymore. The whole arc we just went through in Super doesn't matter anymore because Zeno blows up his timeline anyways. And instead of just keeping Trunks in the our main timeline, they send him to another universe where there's now two Trunks, which is the dumbest shit of all time. Like it was the worst writing choice I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. It sounds ridiculous. There's this great YouTube channel called Malachi. It's
Okay.
Malachi.
Yeah.
And this guy does really good Dragon Ball Z videos. Only got like 14,000 subs. And
Mm.
like there's one, Frieza, Dragon Ball's most complex villain. There's one about how Boo broke Dragon Ball. Um what people get wrong about Piccolo. Just general good like kind of video essay
Yeah,
videos about.
making his opinions in the long form essays. That's cool.
Before we move on, just because I've been seeing this topic a little bit lately too, do you
Yeah.
consider Buhan to be
Ha
like
ha
stronger?
ha.
Is he stronger than Kid
You're
Buu to
talking
you?
to the right guy. Yes, Wuhan is stronger than Kid Buu.
People, yeah, people argue that. The people that say that Kid Buu is only more dangerous because he's more reckless.
Yeah, so because Kid Buu doesn't talk or anything like that, but Buhan is like a very intelligent life being. He can think about his decisions and make them. Whereas Kid Buu just wants to destroy everything. I mean, the first thing he does when he pops up is he blows up the fucking planet. So, but Buhan is inherently stronger because it's Super Buu plus Gotenks plus Piccolo and plus Gohan. He's absorbed their power, so he has to be stronger than Kid Buu.
Toriyama literally died without giving Vegeta his
Dude, that's
moment.
how he would want to go out too. I bet he was hyped. He's like, "Oh, let's go!" He's probably in heaven thinking about, "Oh, let's go." I didn't give Vegeta shit.
Yeah, somebody should give Vegeta his moment now.
Yeah, but yeah, Buhan is stronger. Yeah, it's stated in the manga. In anime, it's kind of implied that they're similar, but when you look, there's lots of for in Japan they released like these Dragon Ball essentially power guides when the show was airing, and Buhan is the strongest.
Which is crazy. It'd probably be the only time that an enemy became weaker in like a evolution or whatever. I think it's funny how Boo is really just Cell.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I
have
I feel like
similarities for
after
sure.
Cell, you could like, I love the Boo saga. I do like the Boo saga a
Me
lot.
too.
It gives us Videl, it gives us,
Fusion
Majin Vegeta versus Goku, which is my favorite fight of the whole series, of course,
facts.
but you can tell after Cell, like, they're out of ideas. That was when it was supposed to stop because Boo is basically just, the whole absorbing people, the whole they have to be obliterated entirely or else they can come back, like when Vegeta takes himself out and Cell or Boo puts himself back together, like in a Cell way. It's
Exactly. They have a lot of similarities. They absorb people to become stronger, all that shit. And yeah, you can tell they were definitely writing as it went on because if you remember the beginning of that arc, it's literally about Gohan in high school playing baseball and going to class and shit. And then they're like, "All right, we're gonna go in this direction now." Toriyama is infamous for writing things as they go on, and you can definitely tell it in that arc. But I also love the Buu arc; it's probably my favorite.
Yeah, I love those Gohan in high school episodes too.
Dude, it's awesome.
He's trying to be the great Saiyaman and balance that out, and then Videl's onto him. Yeah, Videl was cool too when she first came along.
Oh, dude, but that was awesome. I hate when people talk shit about her online. I think some people just don't enjoy like slice of life Dragon Ball.
Yeah, she was better with the long hair too, which I read that
Definitely,
they
yeah.
they cut that just to make animating her easier.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah, I read that they were complaining about once she learned how to fly, they hated having to animate her hair.
Yeah, true. Because none of the other flying characters have long hair. But, yeah, no, the Boo Saga is fucking tight.
Yeah, and then, of course, Legacy of Goku, no, it was just Boo's Fury.
Boo's Fury, yeah, that game's awesome too.
That's,
That's a good
like,
one.
the best Dragon Ball Z game of all, well, not of all, honestly, like, maybe top 3, like, I love that fucking game.
I agree. I kind of think of Legacy of Goku 2 and Boo's Fury as like I clump them in as the same game in my ranking, just because they're essentially the same game, just the continuation of the story. Like if it came out today, those would all be in the same game, but for storage space. But
And
those games are goated.
Boo's Fury had accessories that affected your stats too. That was one of
Yup.
my favorite things, was you could put on, like, wristbands that would, affect stats,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
that was, like,
the
one of
whole
my
stat
favorite.
point system, dude. It was super customizable characters. I don't know how much of a difference it really makes, but if you feel like you have a lot of power over how your characters play, it's really cool.
Well, and in Boost Fury, they fixed the I don't necessarily think it was a glitch, but, in
Yeah,
Legacy Goku 2, you could kind of corner a guy and keep hitting them when
yeah,
hit
it's
him against
true.
the wall, and in
Yeah,
Boost Fury, they bounce off the wall, so now you
yep.
can't do that, which is cool to do that to bad guys in Legacy of Goku 2, but, Legacy of Goku 2, also gotta give a shout out to the Ted Kaczynski.
Oh, dude, that shit's so cool.
Yeah, that's definitely Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah. I also liked in Boost Fury how you could level up the moves, and at the end stage, they were all like that red color. Did you
Yeah.
know that? I always thought that was really cool. Very customizable game.
Fizz, there's gonna be no Sydney Sweeney. The Sydney Sweeney thumbnail, that's just gonna become the new default if I don't have a thumbnail for the night. I'm just using that. It's just because it's a meme of her and it says, like, the most retarded talk show of all time, I think is what's on it. But yeah, that
Nice.
that that picture is just gonna be the default if I don't have a thumbnail. I should make a different default. You know what? No, Sydney Sweeney's good clickbait, so I'll leave her on the,
Yeah, leave her on.
but I'll improve. I have a better background I wanna use that's, like, a better quality, so I will make a new default, thumbnail, and then as far as Wednesday stream, after this, I'm gonna move on to what, Annie said. I'm pretty sure Annie's long gone by now. Annie, if you're not long gone, say something, because 'cause I'm gonna
It's
get
because
to your
Annie has
topic.
no attention span from watching John Pork AI brain rot all day. That's right, Annie. I'm calling you out.
But, I'm not sure. I might be on Wednesday night, I might not, I'm not sure yet, but,
Mm. Oh,
if
ship
I'm
it.
still
My bad. Going.
I was just gonna say if I'm still at mom's on Wednesday,
Oh, true, huh? I
depending on how long I'm there, I'll try to get home before then, but I don't know.
Shipis is talking about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot the game. I have played it. I it's kind of like a 3D version of like a new like 3D version of like the Legacy of Goku games. Dude, it's really fucking good. I like that game, Shipis. I thought they executed it really well. It looks really good.
Fizz, you should just never be shaving your balls. That's how you should be going about it. Um, I've never played Kakarot.
Dude, you should get it for PC. It's a really fun game.
All right. You're always welcome in your Discord. Welcome to Shave My Balls in the Discord.
Ugh.
All right. So Annie sent me the Candace Owens thing. I honestly am not even entirely sure. I don't know if you saw her story. She posted everything in her Instagram stories.
I
They're
did,
gone by
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just a lot. Candace Owens is either at the point where, like, if somebody doesn't kill Candace Owens, I think she's gonna look crazy.
Yeah, like it'd be crazy for her to not be murdered after if this stuff is all true and she discovers it. It makes it look really fake.
Yeah, I'm always very torn on Candace Owens. Like, I appreciate her. I like her because I like her dedication to these things. But
Yeah.
some of the things that she's getting into, it's like somebody should have killed you by now. Like, you're if this stuff is true, but
I
if
will
no,
say she definitely has private security though, because even Nick Fuentes has private security. I don't know if you
oh
knew
yeah,
that. Yeah, so she definitely and she's way bigger than Nick Fuentes, bro. So she's got to. I think she probably has really good security and doesn't leave her house much.
yeah, there's no way she leaves her house, like, ever.
Because yeah, the stuff she's saying is pretty fucking crazy. Because she was saying that the French government planned not only for her hit, but was she implying that they also like that's who killed Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, well, I think she's now tied, because she started off talking about how Bridget Macron is a man.
Yeah, and then the dude Emmanuel Macron got mad at her or whatever.
Yeah, and so her whole point was originally like, "Why are you that mad about it? Why is it a big deal?" But now she's finding ties between them and Israel.
Yeah, I was gonna say because people have the misconception that only has their hands in America. No, dude, it's the entire West is their Israel has their hands in it.
Yeah, I wish I had the stories still. She posted like a whole rant on her Instagram stories, but those are only 24 hours. But
I'm sure you could find it. Look it up on TikTok or some shit. Someone will have it posted.
yeah, she got into MK Ultra, which I like that she talks about. I wish she would stop talking about Charles Manson in MK Ultra because
Yeah, she has the wrong idea. Yeah.
she brings up that book all the time, that
Yeah,
chaos
it's
book.
interesting what people who accept that the world is not what we see, but they refuse to accept stuff like Charles Manson not being the MK Ultra. You know what's called? What's the whole helter skelter? Like they refuse to accept the truth, but they'll go with the publicized headlines.
She what was I gonna say? I just had something to get to say about something else that she said, but I can't remember.
Mm,
Um, let me see. I'm on her Twitter now.
mm.
Yeah, fuck, I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. She's getting into like crazy shit, and it's like people say that she's like the new Alex Jones, basically.
I will say sometimes I do think she's controlled opposition only because of her marriage. Do you know the lore behind her and her husband?
Oh yeah, her husband's like I I I can't remember. I know who it is, like George Farmer or whatever, but
Yeah.
and they married after meeting like one time.
On dude, they knew each other for like a week off of Zoom, and they got
Yeah.
married like right after. It's like that. What the fuck even is that? What is that? That's why I think like maybe she's not real. You know, she's a character.
Yeah, and he's super close to like the British American in Israel and whatnot.
Exactly. Yeah, he's some British elite guy. There's no way that he doesn't have his hands, tied by, Mossad and Israel and all that too. So who knows if she's real? I think she might be controlled opposition.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
Yeah, just because of that though. Everything else she talks about, I have no reason to believe that, but because of her marriage, I find it hard to believe. I think it might be another Charlie Kirk situation where she might think the marriage is real, but he knows that it's not real. Same with Charlie Kirk. Like Charlie Kirk thought his marriage was real, but it was planned from the start.
Yeah. There's a great God, I sent it to Annie. There was a great meme. I love that meme. People are now making the AI meme where Erica Kirk is hugging JD Vance, but she's standing on
Oh,
Charlie Kirk's
dude,
coffin.
I seen that one. It's so bad, dude.
Oh,
He's got his
hilarious.
hands underneath her ass and shit too.
They're never gonna let that guy rest. That guy's never gonna rest peacefully without the Erica Kirk memes.
Dude,
And now she did that interview where she said she wishes that she prayed that she was pregnant before he died. I will say,
mm.
regardless of what people think of her, like even her most ardent defenders have to admit, like the way she talks, she's not a good actor, and it's very obvious. Like the way she's like, I prayed to G, like you know, what I mean? Like it looks like a
Yeah,
12-year-old
she's a
trying.
horrible dude. It looks like a 12-year-old in the fucking school play. Dude, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's very obvious, and she's like, "I forgive that man," and, like, wiping someone's
Yeah,
like, the tissue is a paid actor at this point.
no, exactly. And she like fake shakes her voice and shit. I don't know if you've seen more shit about that though, but I guess JD Vance's wife has been spotted in public and she doesn't wear her wedding ring no more.
Have you seen the theory about what's gonna happen?
What that he's gonna divorce her, run for president, and be with Erica Kirk because the people won't support him having an Indian wife and shit.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome. If we get word of their divorce, like, it's gonna be, like, one of the first times I think I've seen, like, ground zero of a theory and then it actually plays out.
Well, no, it's definitely what's gonna happen. Did you see the interview of Erica Kirk saying like, "No one can match my husband, but I do see signs of him in JD." Like, dude,
Yeah.
her husband died last week, and she's comparing him to another man, bro. Like
Yeah,
the worst shit of all time.
Erica Kirk is fucking she's been wild. She's hot. She's hot as shit, I will say, but
She's a great actor. No, she's not. She's a
that's
horrible actor.
That's the thing is she's not a good actor. She's really bad, and she does, like, those dramatic pauses, and she whispers certain things, and it just is like, damn, like,
Yeah, the fake tears. Yeah, she's a horrible actor. I don't know why they thought that this would be like a good plan, and I feel bad for the people that buy this shit.
yeah, they should have found somebody better. It's crazy because she was like a reality she was in, like, a reality show one time,
Yeah,
and then she was, like, a Miss America pageant,
yeah, for
contestant,
Arizona.
and then that was it. They should have found a better actor, but I guess, maybe she's just the one that was down to take the job.
Well, I think probably from the beginning, They probably didn't decide to kill Charlie Kirk from the beginning, but, so she was probably down for that part of the job, but now that it's gotten to this point, they do need her to act, and it's probably a little harder for her because she's not a good actor.
Yeah, no, she needs to do fucking way better.
And her dad's a fucking arms dealer for Raytheon or whatever. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, her story is pretty crazy. Really, the whole Charlie Kirk story has just been kind of fucking wild.
I'm glad that it is her. She is such a bad actor because hopefully it encouraged people to look in and see that like this is all fucking a sloppily written script, bro. And they think you're stupid enough to believe it.
One of the things that is crazy though is that Nick Fuentes doesn't he doesn't think Israel has anything to do with Charlie Kirk's death.
A lot of people think Nick Fuentes has been bought off.
I guess I don't know that much about the guy, but I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I just been seeing that they're like, come on, like if anyone has, I think the evidence is too clear. I agree with the naysayers that think either he's wrong on this or he's been bought off just because do all the planes and all that shit. Like, why else would that be the case?
I would just think he's wrong because if they're gonna buy him
Yeah,
off,
true.
why
Yeah.
this one issue? Like, why would they buy him off and say, "Hey, feel free to talk about Israel as much as you want all the time, but just for this one issue, don't talk about it."
Yeah, true. Yeah, maybe he's just wrong on this one. Like maybe I don't know what his rationality would be. Like I said, I'm not like a diehard fan or nothing, but yeah, maybe for this issue he's probably just wrong on it, which is fine. Not everyone's right 100% of the time. Definitely not
Yeah.
him.
I would also think that maybe he realizes like, I've got to at least pick one issue where I don't blame Israel just to because 'cause some of these people it gets to a point where it's like, bro, you think Israel like gave you constipation this morning?
Oh, dude, some people are really that diehard on it. And in a lot of ways Israel is behind a lot of the wrongs in the world right now, but yeah, it's not everything.
I'm on Twitter. It says Sydney Sweeney is going to be on Jimmy Fallon on December 1st.
All right, so we got Fizz saying AOC is less intelligent and about as attractive as Colleen Bollinger, aka Haters, back off Netflix.
First of all, Colleen Ballinger in real life actually is pretty hot, and AOC's definitely hotter than her.
Oh,
Dude,
dude,
AOC,
I've seen AOC in person. She's sexy, man.
yeah, AOC is actually hot. Fizz is just Fizz. You're either doing your contrarian thing or you're letting your politics get in the way of an attractive girl.
Fizz probably doesn't like AOC because she's Latina, bro. He's on some racist shit.
Fizz, what are you talking about? Colleen Ballinger
Yeah,
is
wait,
fucking.
this girl's hot too. What the fuck are we talking about?
That's Colleen Ballinger, the girl that Fizz is trying to say. Oh, she's AOC is only as hot as this girl. So what are you saying? AOC's hot as shit?
Fizz has some abstract takes when it comes to women, man. Very, very strange.
It's contrarian stuff. I'm
Yeah,
telling
true.
you. If we got on here and said that, if I got on here and said that Big Mike, if I came out here and said that Michelle Obama's ugly, Fizz would be like, no, bro, she's hot as fuck.
All right, Fizz says in the chat, so you like psychotic Hispanics.
And you don't?
And you don't? Is that not what everyone likes, bro?
What kind of a take is that, Fizz?
I told you he's on some racist shit, bro.
Yeah, there probably is a little bit of that in there too. The only people that don't think Colleen Ballinger is hot are people that have only seen her show.
I could see people that see this image and think she's not hot because she looks like one of those like super quirky millennial girls and shit.
Well, that was basically the Miranda Sings character.
Yeah. What's up, dirty white boy?
Which was a good show, by the way. I watched that with Austin back in the day. Yeah, what's up, dirty white boy? Yeah, Big Mike in the house.
Old Big Mike, Patrick Ewing.
Dude, people on YouTube did not get that I was. First of all, I'm like mostly joking when I say that Michelle Obama is hot. Like I'm not sitting.
Yeah.
I'm not coming out here saying like, yeah, Michelle Obama's a fucking 10.
Yeah.
But also, I even put on the caption on the YouTube short. I said, compared to like the rest of the big mics, Michelle Obama's hot, and people really didn't get it. That short got like 10 dislikes. Like people were pissed.
Dude, yeah, I think a lot of your sarcasm goes misunderstood by the random viewers. They do pop up every now and then.
Yeah, it definitely does, which I'm totally fine with, but as long as it's getting some kind of engagement. But yeah, no, half the time, like, dude, I'm not serious about shit on here.
Dude,
I mean,
even
I
if
guess
yeah,
sometimes I am too serious on like the TikTok anyways, but I'm trying to stop that. I guess actually no, I'm not. I'm talking about Motley Crue now.
it's okay to be serious about Motley Crue, but dude, even in like 5th grade, me and my friends would make jokes about how Michelle Obama looks like a man.
Called satire. Yeah, and people don't read shit. I literally use I use a hashtag satire, like, if
Dude, I
somebody
was gonna say I'm surprised well, it's because people don't read anything anymore, but yeah, most of your hotter take, like, TikToks and shit usually have hashtag satire on them, and people just completely ignore it.
Yeah, no, the whole thing is satire or whatever generally. But yeah, no, hold on, let me actually see what I did put on the YouTube short. Yeah, hotter than any other big mic anyways. But then there were someone's like, "Yeah, you got a picture of her being pregnant," which, by the way, I have to say that to me, that's the worst argument. I'm not
Yeah.
denying that Michelle Obama is actually Big Mike, but the argument of we've never seen a picture of her pregnant. It's like, okay, so
Yeah, is that not, like, a private thing that people usually don't have photos taken of?
yeah, like I understand that she's a public figure and but it's like, okay, just so what? So we've never seen a picture of her pregnant. Like doesn't mean she's a fucking dude.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly. I've
denying she's
never
a
seen
dude.
a picture of my friend's mom pregnant. It doesn't mean he doesn't fucking exist, though. Like, that's a stupid fucking argument, bro.
Yeah. The best argument is honestly just like one fucking look at her throughout the years. Like there's plenty of there's
Yeah.
plenty of her looking like a dude.
Well, and there's that video of her on Ellen. That video is horrible, man.
The video where it looks like she's got a fucking dick in her dress.
Yeah, no, she's wearing, like, jeans and, like, she's dancing on stage, and you can see her fucking dick, like, shaking around in her pants and shit.
I thought it was a dress for some reason, but I guess jeans makes it even funnier actually.
I've seen the argument that she's like a I don't know what the fucking word is, like a hermaphrodite or whatever, and she's, like, half boy, half woman.
Yeah.
I've seen that argument, like, she's not, like, either or, like, because some people are fucking born like that, I guess. I've seen that argument go around.
Yeah, that's basically the joke I
Yeah.
was making in the YouTube short, because that's what me and Fizz were talking about on the stream last week was, yeah, Michelle Obama's the hottest dude on the fucking planet. Never seen yeah, I've never seen
Exactly, yeah.
any politician pregnant really for that matter.
That's what I'm saying, like, you don't see, like I don't know, it's just a weird fucking thing, like, I've never seen any famous woman pregnant.
I know I was gonna say Candace Michelle almost on accident. Candace
Candace
Owens definitely, like, full forward 100% thinks that Barack Obama's gay.
Barack Obama. Well, yeah, Michelle's a dude, then there's no arguing.
Yeah, there's a clip of her talking about she's like, "Yeah, of course Barack Obama's gay," and she says that a lot of these politicians are secretly gay, and it's because they're easy to control, or blackmail, control and
No,
blackmail.
totally, yeah, they're the easiest to control because they don't want that shit out about them.
Which is funny because you would think nowadays, I mean, I guess it depends on who you wanna be popular with. No
True,
such thing as
dirty white
chicks
boy.
with dicks, just guys with boobs.
True, true.
Yeah, exactly. Like the
Go on,
guy
though.
from Fight Club. But, yeah, I don't know. Weird times for sure.
What were you gonna say? You were gonna say depends on who you talk to, but
Oh, well, what I was saying is it's funny that so many politicians don't wanna be seen or they don't want it to be known that they're gay, and then I was gonna say, well, it's funny given the climate today, you'd think that would make them more popular. But then
yeah,
I was saying, well, I guess that would depend because it really is like a vocal minority on Twitter that would vote for a gay person. But in reality, like how Triple H says the internet is not real life.
it's true. Yeah, the internet's not real life.
Yeah, I've learned that with Motley Crue, like things like that. So, like, if you go on the internet and talk about Motley Crue, there's
Yeah,
a very loud minority who are always in comments saying Motley Crue sucks. They should give up. They should retire. But
mm,
then Motley Crue sells out stadiums to this day.
yeah,
And it's like, oh, so it's like when Triple H says he goes on Twitter and sees, oh, everyone hates Cody, but then he goes to Monday Night Raw and Cody comes out and the place explodes.
yeah. And Cody's the top merch seller and all that shit. So we can't argue with that.
Yeah. So I think it'd be like I was saying, originally I would think being gay would help you as a politician nowadays, but that's only if you go on like Blue Sky or on Reddit.
Exactly. Yeah, and people hopefully no politician's sexuality would sway votes. Like, I would hope a gay politician wouldn't win just because he's fucking gay.
He would win votes. Our grandmother, I will word it. In 2016, I remember
Yeah,
asking, or no, she asked, of course, because she brings up stuff like this.
yeah.
Trump versus Hillary, who was I voting for? And I was like, oh, I don't know. And she's very proudly, well, I'm voting for Hillary.
Mm,
I was like, well, why?
mm.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. She goes, well, because she's a woman. And I was like, why does that matter? She goes, well, because it's time we get a woman president.
No.
Nothing about anything to do with anything, just she's a girl. and we need a girl for a president. Why? Well, because I said so. Okay.
That's hilarious.
If I was ever going to go on like a podcast about why women shouldn't vote, like why women shouldn't be allowed to vote, like, damn, it sucks, but I got a really good story for you guys. I hate to say it.
You got to bring up our grandma. That's fucking hilarious, dude. Some people really do think like that, and I'm not inherently against a woman president, but I wouldn't vote for her just because she's a woman. I think that's ridiculous.
No, not at all. And Big Mike made the stupidest comment when she was saying
Oh, geez.
people she did some episode or some interview where they were like, Big Mike, you're even gonna run for president. And Big Mike was like, well, no, because you guys keep saying you're ready for a woman president, and we've seen in recent years that you're not actually ready for a woman. And it's like, bro, just because nobody voted for Kamala doesn't mean that we're not ready for a woman. It means that Kamala's retarded and everybody knows it.
No, dude, exactly. Because they pick the worst, most insufferable women to run. No one fucking likes Hillary Clinton, and no one liked fucking Kamala Harris. Like, I don't know why they thought they would win just because they're running female candidates. That's the dumbest shit of all time.
You ever seen a photo of Hillary pregnant grandma? How do you even know she's a woman? Yeah, no, they'll run. And I hate when they do that. Or they'll,
Yeah.
and it goes, I'm sure there's plenty of other issues where, like, I can't think of any specifics off the top of my head, but there will be like a movie with a black actor and the actor
Yeah.
sucks. And they'll say like, oh, well, you don't like this because you don't like black people. And it's like, no, it's because the
Dude.
actor sucks. It has nothing to do with
Exactly. Because if you look around the world, dude, there are plenty of fucking countries that have female leaders, but it's because they're females that the public likes.
yeah, they do a good job. And it
Like,
has nothing to do with them being
exactly. The new prime minister that just got elected in Japan is a woman because people liked her and they fucking voted for her. It's not that people don't want women leading their countries. Maybe some people do, but it's because in America they pick the worst women of all time.
yeah, exactly. No one voted for Clinton because she's fucking. And on top of that, she's obviously just like one of the most crooked politicians of all time. Like maybe like top 10 or 50 of like American history. Like
Dude,
Hillary Clinton kills people, dude.
have you ever seen the video of her walking into like someone's
Yes.
apartment and she looks horrified at it?
Oh,
She's
yeah,
like,
she went to see a normal person's house for the first time in her life. She
Yeah.
walks in and she's like terrified.
Dude, she steps like she doesn't want her fucking shoes to get dirty as soon as she walks in there, dude. It's horrible.
Yeah, she's like objectively a terrible person.
Yeah.
Plus, she was a weak ass woman because 100% she was stuffing cigars and all kinds of Jesus. I saw something or a story recently about how Bill Clinton made some decision like to bomb a country.
Yeah.
And it was because right after he hooked up with Monica Lewinsky, Hillary was mad at him and wouldn't talk to him. But she was in favor of bombing this country. So the rumors that Bill Clinton bombed this country to make Hillary happy again, so she would start talking to him after he banged out Monica Lewinsky.
If that is true, that's fucking insanity, bro.
It gives me a little respect for Bill Clinton that he's willing to bomb countries to get laid, to get his wife to hook up with him again.
Wife. Dude, those pictures of Hillary Clinton back in the day, though, dude, she was pretty hot.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton used to be hot for sure.
Yeah, it's the fucking the rage that made her ugly, man.
Yeah, no, it's the money, just like the shade and the money and all that evil will weigh you down.
Dude, exactly. You gotta imagine how fucking guilty her conscience is over the years.
I think that was an Iran strike. Yeah, I don't remember the country. I'm sure it was, but it seems like we've been bombing the Middle East for the last like 50 years at this point.
And then we wonder why they hate us. I wonder why, bro.
Yeah. I mean, because we fucking bomb them every other day, basically.
Yeah, dude, Obama's gotta be like the devil over there, fucking running 24/7 drone strikes on them for 8 years.
Oh yeah, and of course, people here never want to admit that that's what was going on.
Yeah,
Obama killed like American citizens too.
no, yeah, dude, people don't want to admit that for the similar reasons as what you were saying earlier. It's because he's black. People will defend him no matter what. Like, oh, you just don't like black people. I'm like, no, I don't like a president fucking killing women and children 24/7 for 8 years, bro. That shit's fucked up.
Here's a New York Post article that says Candace Owens claims the Macrons are plotting to assassinate her. Yeah, honestly, Candace Owens getting assassinated would be the best thing to happen to her credibility, though.
Oh, facts, dude. It would make everything she said seem true.
Yeah, like if she dies in a month or something, it's gonna be like, and of course, the thing that's funny is the way she would die is it'd be like she falls down the stairs or something. So the people that don't want to admit that she's right would try to say like, dude, she obviously just fell down the stairs.
Yeah, she drowned in the bathtub.
Bill Clinton played a
Oh,
saxophone
dude, that
solo.
video is goated.
Oh, yeah, that's what's funny is that it's prime, it's peak, like, that's, like, perfect '90s, culture,
Facts.
but I do have to say that, like, in the grand scheme, when I zoom out or in, whichever one, I do hate that that's really the beginning of, like, presidents as celebrities in pop culture.
It's true.
People will try to say it was, Obama, and it was. Obama's really the first guy that kinda, like, locked in the plan,
Yeah.
but it was really Bill Clinton kinda made the blueprint with that one.
I feel like W kinda took a step back from that, though.
He did. We
Yeah.
had Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton played saxophone on Saturday Night Live. I think it was on Arsenio Hall, or was it Saturday Night Live? It was one of the 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bill Clinton kinda dipped his toes in the water, and then George Bush kinda came in and was just like a normal president.
Yeah, I do like that one video of him where they're asking him about political shit, and he's like, "Alright, watch this drive," and he
Oh, yeah.
goes back to playing golf, bro. I say that
That's
shit
like
all the time.
that's peak Americana, George Bush saying, "Watch this drive."
Yeah, no, watch this drive. Dude, yeah, W is the man. I wasn't around, obviously. Well, I was around, but not conscious enough to know what was going on, but he seems like a cool guy. He seems like a chiller.
Yeah, so he took a step back from the celebrity, and then Obama came in and it went full on. Like, he was doing interviews with Zach Galifianakis, and Michelle Obama was on iCarly, and
Oh, I forgot about that. Big Mike on iCarly, bro. That's wild.
yeah, Obama was really. I think Obama's kind of a narcissist. I mean, I
Oh,
nothing
dude.
nothing
I
to do with his politics, but that guy definitely wanted to be a celebrity before he wanted to be a president.
I think not only is he a narcissist and he's known for that, but I think you can see how much, and this is going to get into conspiracy talk, but I think the more the president becomes a celebrity, it's a signal of how much of a puppet president they really are. You know, they're just a media face for the country. The real country is being run by the powers at hand. It's not the president anymore. And I think the constant, media presence of the president is a signal of how much power they actually don't have. They're just a puppet.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I think it's hilarious when people talk about Trump and they say he's like a fascist and a dictator,
Oh,
and I'm like,
dude, it's fucking hilarious, bro. It's like you really think Trump is running the president at peak 80 years old? Come on, man. Don't be stupid, bro.
One of the funniest things to me that would happen if I get to talk shit about like Biden and like left wingers was
Yeah,
when Biden opened up the border and just let a bunch of people fucking come in all
yeah,
willy nilly.
yeah,
Anytime they would call him on it, he would say, "Well, I'm not powerful enough. I'm just the president. I'm not powerful enough to close the border." And then
yeah,
in the next sentence, he would say, "Trump is going to become a dictator and take over the world." And it's like, bro, you just told us the president couldn't even close the border. Like, how is Trump going to take over the world if he's apparently not this powerful? Like,
yeah.
you're telling me the president can't control the border, but he can become a dictator and take over the fucking world? Like, how does that make sense?
No, exactly. I think the immigration is one of the greatest psyops in American history. Maybe not psyop, but just like the way they present it. Because if you think about it, who really benefits from illegal immigrants? It's corporation leaders who want the cheapest labor possible, which is illegal immigrants. But yet in the media, they try and make it seem like they're against it, but really they're in favor for it. It's a very very weird like mental gymnastics they're making the public play with it.
They're not even good at it. Left
Yeah.
wingers specifically. Right wingers are bad at some things, but left wingers are terrible with all of it. Like, I mean, left wingers are literally the people that would tell you women's rights and then tell you that, well, men actually make better women than women. Um,
Dude, I saw a good one. It was like I think it was like a Catholic priest or something like that, but he had a TikTok. I think he's dead now, so may he rest in peace. But he was saying he's like, "Oh yeah, people will be all uppity about, oh, make sure not to drink when you're pregnant," but then they'll turn around and be like, "Oh, but you can abort it if you want to."
yeah,
It's like, where's the logic behind that, bro?
there was a good one. It had to do with like men playing in women's sports, like men becoming transgender and
Oh,
then taking over women's sports. And the guy was like, finally, they're realizing that men are actually the greatest at everything. We got to come over and show the women how to actually be women or something. And then there was one girl who posted like, I don't remember what it was. It was like, women wouldn't even exist without trans women, meaning like men. I
what
don't.
the
None
fuck?
of them make any sense, and
Yeah,
that's why I can't jam with them at all. Because like I said, I've pretty much just been like a lifelong default Democrat. And then one day I woke up and they're like, "Oh, by the way, if you're not attracted to men in dresses, you're phobic and this and that." And I'm like,
yeah.
"Whoa." Like, well, I just thought like I thought Barack Obama's tan suit was actually pretty cool. That's all I was doing. Now all of a sudden I've got to be down with men wearing a wig and then participating in the women's MMA and like Olympics and shit. And it's all got way too weird, way too quick. And then
No, it's ridiculous, and it's always, "Oh, respect other people's opinions and ways of life," until it comes to regular American thoughts and ways of life, then you don't have to respect it anymore. It's fucking
yeah,
wild.
with the immigration thing, it comes down to the topic of like multiculturalism and how, dude, you know what's hilarious
Mm,
actually? If Dirty White Boy's still here, he's gonna love this. I saw this great tweet.
mm.
So you know the theory. I'm gonna pose all of this as theories,
Sure,
just
hypothetically speaking.
just to be clever on YouTube. You know
Oh, Dirty White Boys here, let's go. Go on.
the theory about how kind of black people were pushed onto America by the big J letter
Yes.
people.
I've heard they're the ones that brought them over in the first place. They own the boats, but go on.
So it's actually funny if you look up where the biggest slave trade
Mhm.
back in those days were,
Uh-huh.
and then you look up where the biggest big J population was, it's the same place.
Yup.
So there's this guy on Twitter named Reverend Jordan Wells, and he tweeted this out. Actually, let me just fucking screen share this. Dirty White Boy, if you haven't seen this tweet, dude, I swear to God, you're gonna fucking love this. So Reverend J. Wells, he's this black reverend apparently. He says the civil rights movement as we know it would have died in the cradle without Jewish Americans. Fact. Jews co-founded the
Jesus
NAACP in
Christ.
1909. Fact. Jewish money kept the lights on, sometimes over 50% of the budget.
Mhm.
Fact. Jewish lawyers stood shoulder to shoulder with black lawyers in every major case from Brown versus Board to Montgomery bus boycott. They didn't just help, they bled, marched, got arrested, and wrote the checks when most white Americans wanted both gone. So when I see people online spewing Jews are the enemy, I remember who had our back when literally nobody else did. As a black conservative, I will never forget that debt. I stand with Israel, I stand with the Jewish people. And somebody took this tweet. Basically, everybody's in here saying, "Bro, if I said this, you'd call me racist or anti-Semitic." There's one guy who's like, "Bro, he just said the whole thing out loud." I'm like,
Yeah, dude, it's fucking hilarious when you think about it too, because people were always like, "Oh, don't forget about slavery," but it was the Jewish people that did it. But Jewish people are conveniently like sometimes white, but sometimes not when they want to get out of trouble. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah, very interesting.
To me, the main thing that I think at the end of the day that would get me in trouble for saying is that, like whatever anyone wants,
Yeah.
whatever anyone thinks or wants, I just don't like the idea that like everybody's allowed to be proud of their ancestors, but like
Yes, I
white
agree.
people, you're just supposed to be ashamed of it. And I'm not like a fucking. I mean, I've never been the guy running around with like a fucking American flag T-shirt on, being like, "Oh, I'm a fucking patriot," and yeah, fuck yeah. But at the end of the day, like, dude, I should be allowed to be like, I think my ancestors are pretty cool, or yeah, I think it's pretty cool what my, this, that, or the other. I think we're related to like, I can't remember. Grandpa told us we're related to the guy that like discovered not the
Yeah,
equator.
the Van Allen radiation belt.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are related to that guy. Dude, no, exactly. I really don't have like a. I'm also not the like, oh, USA #1. Have like a flag on my car and shit. And dude, I'm fucking half Mexican at the end of the day too. So obviously, I'm not a fucking white supremacist or nothing. But I think there's nothing wrong with white people also being proud to be white. Like like black people can be proud to be black. Mexican people can be proud to be Mexican. White people should obviously be proud to be white too. They should be allowed to do that. I don't see what's wrong with that. So I totally agree with you.
yeah. It's there was a video. It was like one of those like not Jubilee, but like one of those kind of YouTube channels, and
Yeah.
there's a bunch of white kids and black kids, and they were like, "Are you proud to be black?" And all the black kids are like, "Yeah, fuck yeah." And they were like, "Are you proud to be white?" And all the white kids are like, "No, no." And
Well,
there was one white kid that
yeah.
was like, "Yeah, I am." And they all got on his ass. Like, "What do you mean you're proud to be white?" And it's like, bro,
It's funny, because they always say like race is a social construct, and yeah, maybe it is, but they're constructing it to be something so fucking shitty, man. It's essentially like because back in the day, back in the day, of course, there was like real racism and shit. Like black people felt bad to be black, which is fucked up. They shouldn't feel that way. But now they're just turning around and doing it on the white kids, like, oh, you need to feel shitty about yourself. Like, do you not realize what that's doing to these kids' heads to make them not proud to just be who they are, bro? That's not right, bro.
I think it's funny. There's now a bunch of like younger people that are posting, and like there's this one girl. She was like, "Yeah, everyone wonders why Gen Z is becoming like Zoomer waffen racist as fuck." And they're like, "Bro, because you guys have treated them like shit since the day they were born. Like, of
Yeah,
course they're fucking racist.
dude, exactly. You've called them a racist from the time they were fucking 12 years old and shit. Of course, they're gonna actually be like, you know what, fuck it, I'll be racist at some point. Because, dude, no one likes being told that they're a bad person 24/7. That shit just, it's not good for these kids, man.
Yeah, especially when you like try to do the opposite. Like, there are people that try not to be racist, and it's like, again, so a clip of like Nick Fuentes. That's one of those clips that you see. They're like, oh goddamn, yeah, I gotta say the kid's right when he was saying that
Yeah,
when that girl on the subway got stabbed in the neck and she
yeah,
died.
yeah.
He was like, yeah, so I would have walked in there and I would have seen there's a black guy sitting behind me and I wouldn't have sat there. And he's like, I don't care if it's racist. He's like, I would rather be too racist and alive than not racist enough and dead. I was like, well, fuck, I guess.
I remember that clip. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen another one, but there was another convict who set a chick on fire on the bus or
Oh
some
yeah,
shit
that
like
happened
that.
recently too.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh fuck, man, again. I was about to say, I'm excited to see the Nick Fuentes clip about that one.
That guy was arrested like 49 times or something too.
Yeah, he was a career criminal and he set the chick on fire. Did she live?
I think so.
Oh, that's good.
To me, that's one of the most. That is a ridiculous issue that's going on. All these people that have been arrested fucking 50 times and they're still
Dude,
walking around.
I agree. If you've been arrested 5 times or more, you need to stay in fucking prison, bro. I don't give a
Well,
fuck
it's
what
like,
you
dude,
do.
and all these white girls, they would love to say, "Oh yeah, we should let them go." You wouldn't give me more than 2 tries if we were dating. Like, you wouldn't give a guy, you
Someone
know?
clip the Jesus
You
Christ,
talk about dudes, red flags. You don't give guys 2 chances, blah blah blah. If he fucks up 1 time or 2 times, you're done. But you want to give criminals like 50 fucking tries to,
I
bro.
was
If
gonna
it,
say, yeah, they'll give you 3 tries, but they'll give the criminal 50 fucking tries, bro.
yeah, if someone's been arrested more than like 5 times, dude, they're not fixing them. They're not changing. Like,
Yeah,
maybe you gotta wait 20 years or 30 years or maybe never. Like, they're not changing after fucking 10, 5 arrests, dude.
no,
It's
I'm sure that guy's fucking crazy and needs to be put in the loony bin, which is why we need to bring the loony bin back, bro. It would fix a lot of problems in our society.
yeah, they need to just deal with the fact that some people just need to be locked in cages for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, for crazy people that don't have family that's willing to take care of them, you need to throw them in the fucking loony bin, bro, because they're not fit for society. We need to admit the truth. Not everyone can work in our society.
But up on 3 strike rule. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no,
Bro.
there are people that are just not, yeah, people that just don't need to be walking around in public. And it sucks. It sucks to say, but it's just the fucking way it is. Like,
Yeah, they're a danger to society at the end of the day. Some people are.
white liberal women are actually, yeah, probably the worst, like one of the worst things that have ever happened. Annie actually, I think, sent me a reel about a theory that's it's all these white liberal chicks because they're not having kids.
Oh,
The empathy and emotion that they would normally be giving to children gets put on to like people they deem victims in society. So that's why you see these white girls that are so fucking like Black Lives Matter and they're that love and empathy would normally be going to their kids, but because they
mhm.
don't have kids, it's got to go somewhere. So they watch TikTok videos and CNN and they put it on to,
Dude,
big numbers.
exactly. And a lot of these white liberal ladies, they completely disown their families too for having different political opinions. So not only is it not love that should be going towards the children they should be having, it's not going towards their family either because they cut them off. So they just have all this empathy and love, which is a good thing, but they put it onto issues they have no control over. And it just makes, it's all stupid.
Have you seen those Instagram reels? It's like white women rushing to the polls to vote for rules that like import like rapist criminals or whatever. And it'll show like a crowd like rushing to somewhere. And what's funny is that yeah, they'll vote for these things that it's like, like let's bring in a shit ton of like Muslim people or Middle Eastern people, and then something will happen. Like there'll be a rise in like Middle Eastern guys, Indian guys committing assaults on women, and they'll be like, oh, it's all these white men that are doing it, and it's like,
Yeah.
no, it's not. It's the dudes who I don't want to just like pick on Indian or like Middle Eastern people, but there are just some cultures that don't mesh well together. Like,
It's
dude,
true. Yeah. There's
they
a,
can marry. There was a post I saw the other day that was like, oh, if Middle Eastern guys are so bad, how come they've got like lower rates of like pedophilia and assault against children? And the post said, because you can legally marry 9-year-olds over there. That's fucking why, because it doesn't get reported as a crime because it's not a crime over there.
Yeah, no, really the wild thing is that people will vote for, and I'm not inherently against immigration or nothing like that, but people will vote and like say like, "Oh, anyone and everyone should be allowed to come over here." But dude, we have Americans of all different types of people fucking starving and living on the street already. Why would we bring in more people if we can't even take care of the people that are already here, bro? It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, no, I don't want to say although I do think there's a little bit of weight to the idea of like we need to cut off immigration for a while we figure our
Oh,
shit out for
I
now.
I'm totally for that as well, because especially because everyone's always like, "Oh, shit's so fucked up here." I'm like, "Dude, shit's so fucked up here. Let's say, all right, don't come over here for now. Let's fix our shit, and then we'll start letting people come over here again."
Yeah, and then next to that, I would say, I do believe that we should watch like where the people come from. Like, we wouldn't accept like a tribe from like South American. Like, what's the tribe of people that are like basically uncontacted and they're
Oh, the
cannibals.
cannibals. Yeah, exactly, dude. There's
It's like,
nothing
yeah, just some
wrong. Yeah.
cultures just don't mesh well together. Like if there's a population of people in a country that like openly hate America and like
Yes.
their religion talks about hating America, like we should probably shouldn't let those people in. Like I don't care if it seems racist. Like they don't like us, so why would we let them in? And it's just their laws are way too different, and it's just like yeah, we just
Yeah.
don't mesh well
Well,
together.
and it's just a matter of like a lot of other countries do really fucking, vet the people that want to move there. Like, why do you want to move here? What can you do for us? That's the perspective of a lot of other countries on immigration. But for some reason, people expect Americans to just allow anyone and everyone when, it shouldn't be like that way. It was never that way in the past.
That's the funniest thing that I always think about is it's like, bro, if I wanted to go to another country,
Yeah.
especially if I wanted to go to another country and get involved in their politics and start telling
Yeah.
them that they're racist if they don't let me run, like they would fucking kill me, dude. If I tried to go move to like somewhere in like Haiti or like Iran or something and just like tried to act like they act here, they'd fucking kill me, dude. Like, no way. But for some reason, we're supposed to just be like, oh yeah, come over here and become mayor and do whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly. Yeah. Like we're the only country that's expected to have 24/7 open borders. And if you disagree, oh, you're racist, you're this, you're that. Well, it's all fucking stupid, man. Liberalism is really the cause of a lot of our fucking problems.
Dixon Cider, what is Sweden's immigration policy? I know, isn't Poland doing pretty well right now? I'm pretty sure Poland is like one of those places that all like the hardcore white people are like, we should be like Poland. Poland is like a hardcore. They don't take in refugees. They don't give a fuck. They've got a border. Um, yeah, we just need to quit accepting this like idea that like just anybody in the world can live together. It's like sorry, bro, that's just not how the real world works. Like
Yeah.
lions don't let fucking elephants come and sleep with them because elephants will fucking kill them. Like they'll
Exactly. Yeah. And I don't really even care where the person comes from, but they need to show that they're down with America and they're down with what we believe in here. And then they can fit into our society because they believe what we believe. That's how it used to be back in the day, and the country was a lot more cohesive, bro.
move to Kaiser Bazan and start telling them what to do. Yeah, tell them to give me like benefits and welfare and free this and that, and then let me run for a political office too. So when I used to work at a saw sharpening joint,
Yeah.
I had this coworker, and his name was Czech. It was short for something. He was from China. His story is actually awesome. He came to America with his parents on a boat when he was 9 years old. And he's like, yeah, I remember sitting on the boat. It's like stormy weather. It was terrifying. And my
Mhm.
mom sat me down and she quizzed me. She said, when we get there, they're going to separate us. And they're going to ask you, why do you want to come to America? What do he had to tell them that he disavows communism, and he had to learn the like the national anthem, and how
Yeah.
it used to be.
Yeah.
And so him and his family came here and they moved to California. They had some other family that were living here. They were all poor as fuck in like San Francisco,
Mm.
somewhere on some piece of land. And one day his parents and him were walking around a farmer's market and they realized there's no good options for Chinese watermelon.
Mhm.
So him and his family started planting and growing Chinese watermelons. And today Czech is like a millionaire.
Damn, that's cool.
So they hit it big selling Chinese watermelons in the San Francisco farmers markets. And
Base chick.
Czech has a brother who lives back in China who's a communist, and he's
Mm.
like, he's hilarious. Czech is like a hardcore right winger. He's like, he's like my fucking communist brother over in China complaining about this and that, and he's like, one day he was telling me about why communism sucks, and I'm like, oh,
Uh-huh.
this is hilarious, and he's like, yeah, so my brother works at this shoe factory, a Nike factory in China.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, so my brother loves to talk about how communism is awesome because you don't have to do shit and you still get paid. And he's like, dude, the factory sucks because people come in there, they want to work hard, but then they get paid the same amount as the people that slack off. So he's like, my
Yep.
brother's basically a lazy fucking stoner, but without weed, because he's
Yeah.
just a fucking bum communist over in China that does no work and gets paid. And
That's funny that he fucking hates his brother like that.
yeah, he's like, "Oh, no, fuck my brother. He's also badass. He's married to a woman, and the woman had a son that was like a tweaker and had drug issues."
Oh.
And I remember Czech told me the story one time where he's like, "Yeah, so my wife's son, I used to let him live with us, and
Mm.
one time I kicked him out." And I was like, "Why'd you kick him out?" And he's like, "Well, because he pulled a knife on me." And I
What
and I
the
was like, "Oh
fuck?
God, Czech, what did you do?" And he's like, "Well, I took it away from him." And I'm like, "Oh God." It's one of those moments where in real life, like the sunglasses would have dropped and the joint would have dropped in his mouth. And
Yeah, facts.
he was a karate instructor and he broke his hip going so hard at fucking karate. So he's got like
Mm.
an artificial hip. And he's like one of those old, it's like Master Roshi type shit. He's like one of
Yeah.
those old guys that like, you're like, oh, he's this little old frail guy. And
Yeah.
one of my other coworkers was like, oh yeah, that's Czech. You don't fuck with Czech though. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, he's like a small old guy, but when it comes down to it, like he'll fuck you up. I was like, oh. He's
Dude,
like, yeah,
he sounds like a fucking legend, bro.
yeah, Czech. I wish I knew what his full name was. He just yeah, call me Czech. I'm sure it was short for some 14 syllable
Yeah.
actual like Chinese name or whatever. But yeah, no, he was badass. He's like, yeah, he fucking came to America on a boat at 9, got rich selling, farmers market
Chinese
fruit,
watermelon, bro. Shout out.
which I didn't even know Chinese watermelon was a thing.
No, me neither. I was gonna say I need to look up fucking Chinese watermelon, bro. I wonder if it's good.
It's basically like Poland. Okay, that's kind of what I figured if you're talking about the Swedish immigration without assimilation. Yeah, people need to get used to. Gene Simmons talks about that. Gene
Mm.
Simmons is like, and Gene Simmons is Jewish,
I
which
say,
is funny.
isn't Gene Simmons a Jew though?
He's like a hardcore Jew, but he's talked about. He's like, bro, when I came to America, I sat the fuck down and learned English, and he's like, I lost my
Yeah.
accent. I got a job. Like Gene Simmons is kind of a tough cookie because yeah, he's Jewish as fuck, but he's like a hardcore. Like he loves America, and he's like, like he literally talks about. He's like, lose your fucking accent. Like all these foreign people who don't get rid of your accent, learn how to speak English.
Yeah, I think you don't need to completely give up your culture or nothing like that, but you do need to assimilate to a point where you can succeed here and you're down with America and what we believe out here. I read this comment earlier. He says, "My brother and his wife hate Christianity because it isn't inclusive enough, but they support Middle Eastern refugees," which is fucking hilarious because those same things that they think aren't inclusive enough about Christians, ask Middle Eastern people what they believe about those things too, bro.
Oh, Chinese watermelons are square.
What? Minecraft watermelon, bro.
Or at least there are, cube-shaped watermelon are lined up in Zen. Let me pull up these pictures. I don't
Yeah.
think they're necessarily square, but there are square ones. Is kind of what I'm getting out of it.
Okay, gotcha. No, that's Japanese writing though. And the square one?
But then there's this, like, so like these aren't square. So I don't think Chinese watermelon are necessarily square, but they can be maybe.
Yeah, I do know in Japan there are special because fruit in Japan is like some of it's considered like a luxury. And yeah, square watermelon is one of them in Japan. I've seen that before.
One of the things Axl Rose used to have on. Do you know what a rider in rock and roll is?
No.
Or I think it's called a rider. I don't know. It's either spelled writer or writer. And I think it's just in music in general. In the music world, if you're like a touring musician,
Yeah.
the night before every show, you get to send in a writer, and it's basically what you want. So, like, if I'm playing a show tomorrow at the Forum in Los Angeles, my manager would send a letter to the venue or an email nowadays. They would just say, "I expect there to be backstage this food,
Yeah,
this, that,
this
the
liquor,
other."
that kind of thing.
Depending on how big you are. So when I used to hang out with Chris Roeder from like Moths to
Yeah.
Flames, they were at the level where they'd get like beer, some kind of food. Once you're Kurt Cobain, you can literally request heroin.
Chocolate milkshake.
There's a story on MTV Unplugged where MTV basically had like an assistant, like a young assistant, an intern. And before Nirvana showed up to do Unplugged, they sent him to a shady pharmacy down the road to get some pills for Kurt Cobain.
Damn.
Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance back in the day, they used to have a guy that when they stopped on their stop every tour, or every, city they'd be on tour, his job was to go out and find Xanax for Gerard Way. So,
Damn, that's cool.
but Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses, one of his things was he wanted square watermelons
Mm.
and a couch made out of Italian leather. And it was very particular. If it wasn't there, and these guys will trash the place too if they didn't get their way. So,
Yeah.
like, if he shows up and there's no square watermelons, he's gonna trash the backstage area
Mm.
because that's how things were back in the day. Yeah, David Lee Roth's writer, is like a big, like, legend, but he had a cool reason for it. David Lee Roth wanted a bowl of M&Ms with no brown M&Ms, but he said the reason he did that was because he wanted to make sure they were paying attention because he said
Oh.
because they had a very big elaborate stage setup, and he said if they're not even paying attention to the no brown M&Ms, for all I know, they fucked up on the stage and there's
Mm.
electricity and fire out there and, it could get dangerous out there. So
True,
he
yeah.
said if he got to the show and there was brown M&Ms, he would go check the stage and make sure they did everything right,
Mm.
and
Yeah, who says they're
sure,
not paying
sure.
attention to the other instructions too? That's wild.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was always one of the things I wanted to be a rock star for. It was like, oh, you get to write. I learned about it when I was hanging out with Chris from like Moss to Flames that they get a things called a basically just whatever they want. I mean, depending on the level you are, like I said.
That is fucking cool.
Yeah, that'd be great if just like you're coming to town, so you get to tell them like, hey, I want this, I want that, and you have to bring it to me, and
Yeah.
or else I'll trash the room.
Cool. What would you pick for your writer?
It would depend on my level. I mean, obviously, if I'm like multi-millionaire rock star, I want fentanyl. Because by that point, I'm just gonna get back on drugs. I'm a multi-millionaire rock star.
Uh-huh.
The biggest detriment about drug addiction is that people are too broke to afford it. Like, that's usually the main thing. It's not that doing drugs is inherently bad, it's that you can't afford your habits, so now you're gonna start stealing money from your family and, like, committing crimes and shit.
Yeah, you lose everything.
But when you're Kurt Cobain and you can literally afford it,
Yeah.
it just depends on,
All right.
does your family
What about
wanna deal
more
with it or not?
civilian items beside fucking Fent?
Yeah, no, I just want sushi. If there's a Mikuni nearby, I'd want a train wreck roll. Um If I'm drinking, maybe like a Four Loko, the jungle juice flavor.
What the fuck is wrong with your
7-Eleven
taste, man?
taquitos. The Monterey Jack 7-Eleven taquitos.
Nice.
That's
What
the funny
energy
thing is
drink you rolling with?
I'd get the Ghost. I'd get a Straw Bango.
Nice.
Straw Bango Ghost for sure.
The straw bango.
I'd probably try to use it to get, like, goods out of it too. Like, I'd be like, "Oh, there's this new action figure I've been wanting. Get me one of those."
Mm.
Check Discord for DM for 30 top weirdest riders. No, I'll just look it up. Dude, I'm not you guys trying to get me on the Discord when I'm Fizz, when you finally come on the live stream, I mentioned this earlier, when you
Mm.
finally come on the live stream and you do audio only, your name is gonna be Far Right Fizz. That's what you're gonna be on the stream. That's gonna be your character name whenever you're on the show. Kinda like in a Howard Stern, they've got Beetlejuice and, like, Stuttering John.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, you're gonna be Far Right Fizz.
Was that intentional?
No, I hit a number.
Ah, shit.
But yeah, Dixon Cider, I wonder if they can request girls.
I'm sure they could.
Go find
Some
a stripper.
local working women.
I know with you know what I would want?
500 cigarettes.
that was a good one. That was a good one.
I would put 500 cigarettes on the rider for sure.
Yeah, and you'd say, make sure my ex-girlfriend is in attendance.
Yeah, well, my ex-girlfriend backstage. No, and then there's even more stories when it comes to groupies. Like, guys find ways to, they would tell their manager, like, go get this girl from the crowd, bring her backstage, and they'd get back there and the girl would be waiting for them backstage or whatever.
That's wild.
Yeah, that shit gets even crazier than just like the riders. Just want whatever the best
That's
signature
a good
food.
one. Yeah, whatever the best food the city has to offer, I want it.
What else were we gonna? Oh, wait. No, never mind. Never mind. I'm totally off. We were gonna bring up the Bret Hart
Bret Hart
interview.
interview, yeah.
So our quick wrestling bit for the stream for the week. Who did he interview with?
I looked like it was at like a convention. Some of the interviews they're on stage and there's a crowd there, like a little something like that. It wasn't like one of the podcasts or nothing, I don't think. But
I know he made fun of Ric Flair's low blow.
Yeah, he made fun of a lot of things. He talked about a lot of different things. Of course, he got a Goldberg shot in there. He was saying that he would have loved to work with Brock Lesnar because Brock Lesnar was essentially a Goldberg-sized dude who could actually wrestle. and everyone, of course, laughed at that because the beef is historic. Then he talked about how, in his eyes, Rey Mysterio is the greatest in-ring wrestler of all time. I don't know if you know that, but Bret Hart is like a huge Rey Mysterio fan.
No, I don't think I did know that.
Yeah, he says that he always gives him credit. He always puts him on like his Mount Rushmore and shit, which I do agree with. I have like a love-hate relationship with Rey Mysterio because he was my favorite as a kid, and I'd still say he is, of course. But I do think him being a little guy doing such cool shit has led to a lot of other guys getting the opportunity to do that who don't really deserve it. I think
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio is a big reason why AEW is so fucking flippy. I don't know if you agree with that take.
Yeah, but I don't blame Rey Mysterio for that.
No, I don't blame him at all either, but it's because he was so sick, it had somewhat of a negative impact on the industry, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he talked about that. What the fuck else did he talk? Yeah, he talked about the Ric Flair shit, how he didn't agree with that. Oh, he talked about Sheamus too, which I thought was funny. He thought Sheamus was he thinks Sheamus
Oh, a
is,
bad puncher.
yeah, he's a bad puncher and a shitty wrestler. Like his only spiel is that, oh, he's the Irish guy, which I don't agree with. I'm not a Sheamus fan, obviously. He's fucking Sheamus, but
I honestly kind of hate Sheamus.
really, why? I think he's whatever now.
I don't know. I just fucking think he sucks. Like, what's his thing? Yeah, that's his whole thing. He's Irish and he's white as fuck. Like, who cares?
Yeah,
And I've
just
never liked
the
his.
palest
Never
guy,
really liked his wrestling. And
the palest guy you've ever seen.
yeah, was it this interview where
Yeah,
he again talked about Shawn Michaels and
yeah. So
Vince?
he went in on it. He basically said that uh the reason why Sean ended up, getting with Vince, which is the rumor, is because Bret Hart was seen as like the top guy, and Sean just couldn't match him in ring. So he said that Sean had to go to Vince, sleep with him, so Sean could take the top spot. And he said that, like, you guys are gonna laugh and think I'm joking, but this is closer to the truth than a lot of you would want to believe about Sean and Vince. And it's been a rumor forever, but I think it's the first
Yeah,
time he's actually like come out and stated like, yeah, this is what was going on. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what was happening.
I think he's talked about it somewhat in depth before because the rumor has always been,
Yeah,
why did Vince put up with Shawn's shit for so long? Because Vince
yeah,
was like notoriously like Vince would have. I think Jim Cornette said it, like Vince would have fired Hulk Hogan if he was doing Shawn Michaels type of shit. Like it doesn't matter who you are. Vince will work with anybody and forgive you and bring you back. But no matter who
yeah.
you are, if you fuck around, Vince will can you. And so
Yeah, Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, all these dudes got canned because they wouldn't get off drugs, but Shawn Michaels was the only one, and you got to think why.
yeah, so it would make sense. I tend to think because I don't want to imagine a world where Vince and Shawn Michaels are fucking. I tend to think that Vince just had some like weird father son. Like Vince really just liked him for some reason. He took a liking to him and wanted to help him. And maybe it was Shawn Michaels who, because of how that went down, that's why he learned his lesson and canned Kurt Angle and Jeff Hardy and said, you know what, never mind. I'm not going to do this whole like if you're on drugs, you're getting out of here. Maybe Shawn Michaels was the lesson.
I agree with you. I also don't like to imagine that Shawn and Vince are both fucking bisexuals that are having sex with
That's
each
just
other. I don't want to. I
terrible.
really don't want to believe that. But if it were true, I wouldn't be surprised. But I also tend to ride with the headcanon that like he thought of Shawn as a son, and Shawn was one of the earliest. He was one of the bigger guys in the company that was there from the time he was like fucking what was Shawn Michaels when he debuted, like fucking 19.
Yeah, he was a kid.
He was a kid, so I'm sure Vince did think of him as a son, and that's why he took extra care of him. But if they were fucking each other, then I guess it is what it is.
Yeah, that's the other thing people have to take in mind is that WWE was trashed, or like who else was there? Kevin Nash. And no, Kevin Nash left.
Dude, no, Kevin Nash left. It was literally just Shawn and Bret Hart.
Yeah,
Those were
but
the
that's
two
that's
big guys.
that's also part of it that Vince probably wanted to fire Shawn. I was like, well, fuck, who am I gonna put in his spot? You know, it's Brett or it's I mean, Triple H wasn't a top guy at the time.
Yeah, Triple H was still a fucking gay French dude or whatever the fuck his spiel was at the time. No?
Yeah, he was. I think he was either between that and getting into. He might have been like DX with Shawn at the time, but even then, he's still not a top guy. But yeah, no, Vince
Yeah.
really just had no other options. So it's not like he could have. I mean, there was Taker, but
Mm.
that's really it as far as top guys go. But yeah, so he really had nobody else. So what's he gonna do? Fire him? And then two, I just think there would have to be other stories of Vince fucking dudes if that was true. Like you never hear Vince fucking any other dude but Shawn.
The only other rumor I can think that comes close is the him wanting to let his girlfriend sleep with Brock Lesnar. Like,
Yeah, but that's not him fucking a
that's
dude.
not exactly, but that's not him. That is kind of some gay ass shit, some gay cuck shit. But yeah, it's not him saying, "Oh, Brock Lesnar, let me have sex with you" or nothing like that.
Oh God, Vincent Brock. Yeah, dude. I don't like to think of that world, and I don't think it's true. And honestly, Brett being the narrator of that story kind of lends me to think
Yeah,
it's
well, Brett also hates fucking both of them, so of course he's gonna be all, "Oh yeah, by the way, they're fucking gay too." You know, of course he's gonna say that shit because he doesn't like them.
yeah, exactly. Brett being the guy that came up with that makes me think, maybe Brett's just talking shit because that's what he does.
Yeah, he's being a hater.
Bret Hart versus Goldberg is the greatest rivalry of all time, though.
You think so?
No.
Oh,
Or sorry, Bret Hart versus Bill Goldberg.
yeah, Bill. That shit's funny. Bill Goldberg.
Yeah, I told Bill Goldberg.
I will say, as much of a bitch Bret Hart as he is, he does have a great fucking theme song.
Oh, yeah, his song is great.
Dude, it's fucking goated, and he is probably like top 5 best in ring wrestlers of all time.
Yeah, he is a great wrestler. Bret Hart and Chris Benoit, to me, are the only two guys who, when you watch them wrestle, what they're doing actually looks like it hurts. Like Bret
Yeah,
Hart punches, it looks like he's punching somebody. He's got a point when he talks about people who work punches nowadays.
yeah,
Him and Chris Benoit, like, when Chris Benoit does his chops, like, damn, it looks. I mean, chops do hurt, but it looks like he's really fucking people up.
yeah. When Chris Benoit looked fucking crazy, he looked like he wanted to fucking kill the guy. You know,
Yeah,
which is funny considering what turned out to happen. But
yeah, but yeah, no, him and Brett are really the only two people. And then,
yeah,
Shawn Michaels, I think is one of the best of all time. Shawn Michaels still to this day has the best kick, like that kick that he did.
yeah. The way I look at it is that Chris Benoit and Bret Hart are the best technical wrestlers of all time, and Shawn is the best like showman of all time.
Yeah, even Shawn's like overselling always looked awesome.
Yeah, no, he was the man, bro. Mr. Perfect is fucking whack, bro.
I
What the fuck?
was never a big Mr. Perfect fan, but I know a lot of people consider him underrated.
Yeah.
Mostly wrestlers, like a lot of wrestlers talk about how good he was.
Mm.
But yeah, it's never really got into him.
Yeah, it's funny who the wrestlers talk about. Like, have you ever heard the wrestlers talk about the Brooklyn Brawler?
I don't think I've heard a lot of people talk about him now.
I forget who was talking about. It was one of the wrestlers where it's like, yeah, Brooklyn Brawler is one of like the best sellers of all time. And I had never even heard of this guy before I saw this interview. So I think it's always interesting who they want to give shout outs to and all that. I think it's cool.
I know a lot of them talk about William Regal,
Yeah, he's just one of those guys that's really down for the business and shit.
which I've never been a big Regal fan, especially after he did that goofy ass tombstone with The Undertaker.
Oh, dude, fucking William Regal. I thought that dude was the biggest bitch on the planet in like 2006. So I remember playing WWE SmackDown vs. Raw, and I saw all the characters. I'm like, who the fuck is out there picking William Regal to play with, bro? Who the fuck would pick William Regal, man?
Yeah, Sean's speech and music was great. Sean, in a lot of his speech and music, he did this thing where I don't know how to explain it, where he didn't just like kick straight forward. It was almost kind of like his foot kind of went out a little bit. Like it almost looked like he like if like this is someone's face, his foot would kind of come into them, but then would also do like that.
Yeah, he would flare out his heel at the last second.
Yeah, well, I'd say it's more like his toe kind
Oh,
of
yeah,
went.
you're right. You're right. Yeah.
So it almost looked like he's like kind of dragging the foot across their face as opposed to just going straight foot into the face. It would go kind of in and then also like that.
Like he was almost sweeping that shit. I totally agree, dude. It's the greatest showman of all time. Dolph Ziggler, he came back recently. He had a match.
Yeah, so we were talking, I think, when
He is
'cause
a great fucking seller. I agree.
I think that's kind of what cursed Dolph Ziggler was that he was too good at it, and he made a really good bitch in matches basically, so they
Exactly,
used him
because
for
he
that.
made the other guy look strong as fuck. And Dixon Sider, to go to your old comment, I agree. Scott Hall should have been a world champ,
Oh yeah,
but
Scott Hall never won a world title, huh?
not as Scott Hall. He should have been a world champ as Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
I
It's funny
also
to think
think it's
about.
funny that was back in the era where they would have white dudes act like they were Mexican.
Oh yeah.
That
They
shit's
would just have
hilarious,
dudes
bro.
act like they were anybody, like Triple H being French.
Yeah, or Chavo Guerrero is Kerwin White or whatever. He's like
Yeah.
a white rich guy.
JBO's clothesline from hell was a great finisher.
Oh, dude, growing up, that's one of the things I appreciate about wrestling as I get older. I'm able to look back and appreciate on the heels. Dude, I hated JBL as a kid, dude.
Yeah, me too.
I thought he was the devil, but as an adult, he's fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, no, same here. I hated him when I was a kid, and then you get older. And JBL was actually like I hated like when I was a kid, I hated Edge, but I at least knew that Edge looked cool because he had long hair.
Yeah.
JBL, it was like, oh, I just fucking hate everything about this guy.
No, exactly. JBL was equivalent to like the worst, like most evil loser ass fool from our town. His dad is like JBL, right? You just fucking hate that guy.
I got a completely random curveball here to throw. Did you see this? Pokemon has a new theme park and they're denying entry into the Poke Forest for anyone that doesn't meet the ability to climb 110 steps unassisted.
I
So
mean,
people are joking, no
yeah,
fat people.
yeah. I mean, true. I mean, is it real? Is Daily Loud a reputable source?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, right on, dude. If that is true, then I agree with that.
Yeah, Daily Loud is real. I did one time fall for there was a tweet from an account called Daily Nowd. It's like a satire version of it.
They got you.
And I saved a tweet from them even, and they posted something like, what's the chick rapper?
Which
Cardi
one?
B.
Oh,
It's
Cardi B.
either Cardi B or like an even trashier one, basically, that it was discovered that she is a CIA asset, and I like saved it. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna talk about this on the show."
Uh-huh.
But luckily, the day before the stream, I saw this is from Daily Now, not Daily Loud.
Dude, thank God you would have gotten got.
Oh yeah, it would have been bad. Edge was a decent actor in the show Vikings. I never saw him in that show, but I do know that he did have a role in that show. J-Bo was an asshole backstage, apparently. I could see that. I think I've heard stories about him, kind of like wrestler type shit, just being like a like a dick to some of the wrestlers.
I don't know. I've also heard good things about him. Where did I send you that interview where I think it was Vince, but it was JBL talking after Eddie Guerrero died. You know when they all cut those little videos talking about Eddie after he died. And dude, JBL's fucking crying in that video, saying that Eddie's like his best friend and Eddie was one of his groomsmen in his wedding and shit, and they were hella close. So I don't think he was completely a bad guy.
Yeah, no, I don't think he was a terrible person at all. I've just heard some stories about him, like hazing some of the younger,
I've heard
new
about
wrestlers
that.
and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I did fall for on stream? I think it was last week, and I didn't talk about it much, but it was just a quick comment that I made that I didn't even realize. Last week, people were tweeting, breaking news, Zoran Mom Donnie is expected to require all New York elementary school students to learn Arabic numbers.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh yeah, that sounds kind of gay. And then like literally later that night, I'm like, oh fuck, Arabic numerals, like R numbers.
Yeah, it was a troll post that hella people didn't get, dude. That's just the numbers that we use.
So many people were tweeting though, like, yes, I voted for this. I support this. I want all our kids to learn all different foreign languages and numbers around the world.
Yeah, I saw it on both sides. Some people were like, this is what I voted for. And then other people were like, look what they're doing to New York. And people in the comments were like, you guys are both retarded, bro.
Honestly, a genius troll.
No, it was an awesome troll. I think that's one of the better trolls I've ever seen in my life. Because both sides fell for it. That's how you know it's fucking good, man.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that the Japanese Poke Park has that limitation, though. I mean, they're in way better shape than we are, too, so I'm sure it won't affect too many people.
Oh, yeah. I found, I don't know, now I'm just pulling shit up. AJ Lee talking about people of color, so I want to play this, whatever the fuck this is.
Oh, God. Here we go.
So it's really hard. Sometimes you have to go multiple times to get the correct diagnosis. Sometimes you have to be diagnosed wrong, unfortunately. But I always say start with yourself. Educate yourself. You can go to like nonprofit organizations, have like wonderful websites. Like NAMI.org is one that I think that helps everybody. It's very general. NAMI.
Sponsored, brought to you by.
It's the National Alliance on Mental Illness. I'm an advocate for them. I do speeches for them.
Of course,
they're wonderful. They're very generalized. Then there's like specialized resources. So there's, Latinx therapy.
Oh, God.
God. So we're getting into the healthcare being racist now. They only like white girls.
We're in such a fucking comedic time to be alive, I swear. Like it's comedy how fucking weird shit is now, man.
Dude, the Latinx thing, I can't even.
No real Mexican fucks with that shit. I've never met a real Mexican who says that shit.
That's the funniest thing. It's been pulled. Like real Mexicans don't like that shit.
They're not down with that shit, bro.
Another sign of how, bro, white girls, the rest of the world does not fuck with you like you think they do. Like they're not down for dudes playing Zelda in the movie. They're not down to be called Latinx. Like they're fine being men and women and having Latino and Latina. Like they're all fine with that.
Yeah. Fizz's comment. I also feel this way. He says, I love how they changed colored people, which is bad, to people of color, which is
Oh yeah.
good. It's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Like, and I agree, you shouldn't call people colored people, but why is it cool to call them people of color? That's the same shit, bro.
It's like homeless versus unhoused.
Yeah.
That one actually I understand. Not like in a good way. Like they're trying to make you believe that the only issue is the physical house itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the example of colored people and people of color, that is literally the most retarded fucking thing of all time. Like, bro, it's just them wanting to dictate language. That's what it's the same thing as like, the theory about COVID was just kind of the government seeing what they could get away with. That's
Yeah.
basically what's going on. It's like, let's just change it to people of color just to dictate language and like see if we can get people to follow the rules.
No, facts. Also, shout out 100 messages today in stream. That's what's up. Yeah, and Dixon Sider, you're absolutely right, bro. Mexican culture is a more masculine culture, and they don't support that shit. That's why I think it's funny that people are always talking about like, oh, they're gonna let in all these Mexicans, and the Mexicans vote Democrat. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, the conservative Catholic Mexicans are totally gonna vote Democrat. Like, shut the fuck up, bro.
Dirty White Boy, that clip was great when Tucker Carlson. What is porn?
Oh, dude, I fucking love that part. Tucker's like, "Can you please explain it to me?" I'm like, "Dude, this is a crazy lie right now."
That was another moment where so Fuentes brought up this funny but really good point that I think is true.
Yeah.
They were talking about how porn is making guys gay.
Oh, I remember that part from the video as well. Yeah.
And Fuentes was saying, he's like, well, you got to think I guess there have been studies on this where you got these kids, these guys, they're watching porn every day. And after watching it for so long, they eventually start identifying with the woman, with the girl in the video. And you kind of start thinking like, oh, maybe that would be, something to, and I've seen it on Reddit. You see these funny Reddit posts that are like, yeah, I was watching porn and then I thought maybe I should try sucking dick, but I'm not gay. And they call it porn sick. You'll see these guys talk
Jeez.
about, I've been porn sick. So I tried sucking dick. I realized I don't like it. I'm not gay, but yeah, they were just porn sick, which I mean, obviously just fucking gay to suck dick. But I think what they're saying is like, I'm not actually gay. I just thought I was and
Yeah, he
thought I
was
would
he
do
was
this.
influenced by the fucking porn.
Yeah, so then they try it and they get an actual dick in their face, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not about that life," basically, like, I just
Yeah.
yeah, and I thought Fuentes' point was really good, like, you watch porn so fucking much, it's the same thing as when you watch a movie, when you watch your favorite movie over and over again, you start identifying with certain characters, so you're watching if all the media you're consuming is porn, hey, you might start identifying with the fucking girl in the middle of the gangbang, and you start thinking, "Oh, well, she's having a good time, so maybe I'll," and then you start doing gay shit.
Yeah, he also talked about how the more porn these dudes consume, the more desensitized they get to seeing, the dopamine releases less and less and less when they see women. And then your brain wants that fucking it needs more abstract shit, and it just gets weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder until they start doing weird ass shit that they normally wouldn't be doing. Like their brains are fucking fucked up, man.
Nope, still gay. Yeah, for sure, still gay.
Oh yeah,
It
I agree. I think if you are even willing to do that shit, probably
it
something
is
going on.
still it is still gay, but, what I mean is I do believe that the term "porn sick" is a real thing. Like, it's,
Yeah,
no matter what, it's gay as fuck to get in the same room with a dude
yeah,
who's gonna pull his dick out and expect you to do that. But I do think that porn sick is a thing. Like, yeah, I think some people get porn, they get way too into that shit, and then they start like I said, they start doing shit that, they're not about that life. They're not, it's like a kid that thinks he's gonna start drug dealing. He gets out there and finds out, "Oh, fuck, this is hard." Like, so I'm sure there are a bunch of dudes out there that try sucking a dick like 1 or 2 times, and then they're like, "Oh, fuck, I don't know about this." Leo and Danny on the Danny Mullen channel, Leo had this great bit where he has this character that he plays named Manny, where he puts on, like, a Cuban accent.
mm,
And they went to some place and they were talking to some black guy and everything was going really well. And Leo in character was like, "Oh yeah, well, in college one time I sucked one dick just to try it out." And immediately the black guy's like, "No, I'm not down for that. Get the fuck out of here." Which is also another sign that, bro, other cultures don't fuck with you guys. Like, black people are homophobic as fuck, and it's totally fine.
mm.
I think it's with the prostitution. I've talked about that before. That's
Yeah,
the
you talked about that on
funniest.
stream.
That's the funniest loophole ever. That as soon as a camera's introduced, the prostitution becomes okay.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. I think the whole fucking porn industry is a giant fucking psyop. that's meant to try and make people fucking like infertile and shit.
Yeah, it's definitely meant to do a bunch of negative things, I think. I mean, it devalues basically everything it's like related to.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know how true all that shit that Tucker and fucking Nick Fuentes were talking about fucking porn making dudes gay. But if that is true, then that's fucking wild.
I think there are like statistics or like polls and stuff going, like looking it up now. Like it is
like a documented thing. That's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah, it is something that's happening. Like guys that watch porn are more likely or more willing to eventually move on to, yeah, part of like you said too. They need a better dopamine hit, so they're like, well, maybe if I actually just suck dick, it'll.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I would also imagine a lot of it has to do with gay guys can probably get laid easier than. Like, it's probably easier to go on Grindr and find a dude that's down to fuck without learning your name than it is to go on Tinder and find a hot girl that's willing to fuck you without learning your name. I would assume that's the case. Because usually gay dudes are just down to do that shit, which is also kind of I don't know. I don't want to like stereotype them, but I'm pretty sure like gay dudes are way more down to just like do crazy shit like that. And I know there are girls.
I
that
remember
are like
you
that.
and Dirty White Boy talked about that on stream one time, where you're saying gay dudes are way gayer than lesbian women, or so that was like some kind of argument you guys were trying to make.
Yeah, gay dudes will just fuck anywhere, anytime, I mean, they don't give a shit. But then girls, and there are girls that are whores, obviously, but they usually only throw it around for guys that have status and shit.
Hmm.
Gay dudes, I'm pretty sure they'll just see a dude that's hot and be like, "Oh, let's go to the bathroom."
Oh, Dixon Cider. That I can confirm. I have heard a lot of research about that. I've heard a lot of dudes want to see their GF or wife get pounded out as an effect of watching porn. The justification for that one I've heard is that when you're watching porn, you're putting yourself in the perspective of a fucking cuck because you're watching another guy have sex with a girl that you'd want to have sex with. So naturally your brain starts like desiring to be in that perspective in real life. Dude, it's fucking disgusting. We live in a sick society, bro.
Yeah, porn seems to have a shit ton of, like, just, like, multiple negative effects.
Yeah. Who owns the porn industry, by the way?
Yeah, the Big J.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Doesn't the Big J own OnlyFans? Which is funny because OnlyFans originally wasn't even meant to be a porn site, I'm pretty sure. OnlyFans was originally meant to just be like a Patreon rival, and then, because of their loose rules,
Yeah,
porn
people
stars
started doing that shit.
kinda just monopolized over there. But maybe that was, like, all part of the plan. Maybe they're like, "Well, if we loosen up the rules so much, we expect the porn stars to come over here and
Yeah,
take
have you
it
seen
over."
the profits for that website?
No,
Dude,
it's probably in the billions.
yeah, it's in the billions, and the way that it's escalated over since like the COVID era, dude, they make more and more money every single year, dude. I think it's evident that our society is becoming more sick over time.
2 dudes will meet up and have hardcore sex on a public restroom floor, and the 2 dudes could be respectful lawyers. Yeah.
Fucking respectful lawyers, man. Jesus Christ.
And that's the thing, girls will not. Like, a lawyer girl and a lawyer dude, that won't happen, but, yeah,
That's
it's
true,
weird.
yeah.
The way that girls put out as opposed to the way that gay dudes put out is, like, you've gotta be, like, a fucking basketball player or somebody with a status.
Mm,
Whereas, like, I can't just go out and get fucking laid anytime I want.
mm.
I don't have fucking money or a nice car, like, you know, unless I'm trying to bang, like, a fat chick or, like, go find drugs and hold it over a junkie girl's head or something.
Jesus Christ, dude.
But as far as, like, just getting laid, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's easier for gay dudes to just, like, get laid anytime they want. I've always wanted to I think it would be interesting, I don't know exactly what I would do, but it'd be cool to, like, go undercover on Grindr and
I thought you were gonna say that shit. I was gonna say, choose your words carefully, brother.
somehow work it into, like, a stream topic. Like, I don't know, like, go on Grindr, pretend to be a dude and, like, talk to a guy and then be like, "Oh, let's FaceTime," and then they come up and we're on live stream and they don't know it or something. But the
That
thing
would
is,
actually be pretty fucking funny.
but I think they'd be able to tell as soon as they get on because you can see that we're live right now. Like, they would see what is restream and this and that
Yeah.
and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, well, in the live in the time in the corner. It's
I
kind
could
of a big
maybe try to
giveaway.
record it and not tell them, but I think when I'm recording on here, it also tells them. Because what I could say is, "Hey, I use Restream just basically as Zoom. Don't worry, we're not gonna be live," and then record it and post it. That wouldn't be as fun, but I'm pretty sure they could even see when it's just recording.
Yeah.
I can maybe use Zoom and then just screen record on my PC. Maybe that wouldn't show them.
Is Fizz giving you shit for not highlighting all the comments or something?
So weird that it says DWB is chatting on YouTube and we can't see his chat.
Oh, never mind. I know what he's talking about. Sometimes YouTube, for the viewers chat will, what's the word?
They don't pop up in the chat box.
They will censor Dirty White Boy's comments. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, that's happened to Fizz sometimes too.
Yeah, sometimes YouTube will censor certain comments, and the only way to see them is when Beckett puts them on the screen. I've noticed that before as well, as a former viewer of the channel.
Go undercover on Grindr. Pause.
Pause.
Well, it's a different, it's a different plan than it'd also be fun to go undercover on Grindr and pull out like pedophiles, like the way those guys do.
Hey, we got Fizz volunteering to do the gay voice if you need it.
You need a beard for Grindr. I do a great SF gay voice. I'm pretty sure I could figure out how to. Well, no, I don't know how to do a gay voice. I don't know how those guys do that shit all the time. It's definitely fake though. That's my theory.
I only recently heard that theory that the gay dudes are faking their fucking voice.
Yeah, of course it is. No one naturally has a voice like that. And on top of that, how would all the people that are born gay, according to them, how would they just miraculously all have the same voice?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've heard theories, of course, from like wannabe politically correct people on the internet that they used to do it because it was oh, everyone discriminated against the gay people, and to avoid being arrested by police, that's how they talk to each other, so that they could tell that they're gay without saying they're gay out loud or something or whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's because Dirty White Boy is either because his name is Dirty White Boy or.
Oh no, he says he's deleting some of the comments because his paranoia is up since his run-in with Meta.
Oh yeah, that's also true. I was gonna say he might be getting censored because he said send them back earlier in the chat when we were talking about black people. So YouTube could be on to him.
Yeah.
But I've been popping up all of his comments on the screen anyway, so we are good. But yeah, it'd be fun to go undercover on Grindr, and like I said, either surprise them, put them on the live stream, or just flat out do one of those. I'm a 13-year-old boy. You want to meet up at Walmart, and then excuse me, everybody. This man's here to meet a 13-year-old boy off the app Grindr in your city. Oh, yeah, those videos are great. That's great.
Those videos are awesome.
It's always great when they end up smacking the shit out of him, basically. Did you see the one where the guy got shot?
Holy shit, no. I've only seen the ones where they just beat the shit out of the guys.
So the most popular group is Dads Against Predators. That's the one where the guy yells, "Excuse me, everybody." That's the one that I like. And it was that group. One time they showed up and it was a black guy and they said, "Hey, let's have a, oh, what are you doing?" And immediately the guy pulls out a gun.
Holy shit, dude.
And it was like in the middle of Target too. He just shoots one of them. And the guy didn't die.
That's good. Jesus. Wait, so the guy that was being pressed shot the guys who were doing the video?
Which also means this guy was trying to meet up with a teenager and brought a gun to the meetup with the teenage.
Jesus Christ, dude.
So it's like, do you always have the gun on you, or were you going to do some weird shit with this fucking 12-year-old or whatever?
Dude, I'm telling you, we live in a sick fucking society, bro.
Oh yeah, no, shit's crazier. Well, I don't know. I have a book that I've always talked about that's huge, and I've been meaning to read it for fucking literally years. I think it's called it's like The Better Angels of Our Nature or something.
What's it about?
Yeah, The Better Angels of Our Nature. It's about how, despite how crazy shit is right now, it's by a guy named Steven Pinker.
Yeah.
I think Joe Rogan mentioned it one time. That's where I heard about it. By the way, it is from 2011, just to point out.
Interesting.
But it's about how, despite how crazy shit is right now, we actually live in the least violent time in history.
I have heard that, yeah. And the only reason people think it's more violent is because we see everything in the media, and it drives up hysteria.
And just like off the top of my head, it makes sense because you think about like the Wild West, or think about times when guys carried around swords and just like would get into fights and kill each other in the middle of the street.
Yeah, dude, think about it back in like the fucking, way back in the day, dude. People would kill each other over food and resources and shit. Today we can live a pretty easy life. I can go to a fucking Sam's Club and get pizza if I want to, whenever I want. It's really not that bad.
I think maybe part of why it seems more violent now, because like you said, people would kill each other over food and resources. Today, people kill each other over, there's church shootings and people got shoot up schools and shit. And it's
I think because we are so advanced and we can have any food and any resource we want pretty much whenever we want, as long as we buy into the system and have jobs. I think people go crazy in the head and they create fake problems that are not real, and that's what leads to the craziness. That's just my perspective, though.
Yeah.
And people do still kill each other over resources, to be fair. But I think it's people don't realize that like most wars are fought over resources at the end of the day. But you don't think that. You think you're protecting your country and all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think nowadays it's just a lot of the violence. More violence than ever today is probably, I would say, senseless.
Yeah, senseless, and they think it's for politics and shit, but it is senseless. I agree with that. Also, what is Dirty White Boy talking about Dr. Pepper in the chat? Does that mean something I don't know?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about I think it has something. Does it have something to do with the Dads Against Predators? I think they talk about. They've got some kind of joke about Dr. Pepper. I can't remember, but I think that's what it's from.
Yeah, I do know that Dr. Pepper is no longer being distributed by Coca-Cola no more, so they're bringing back Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb was good.
Yeah, they're bringing it back. You can buy it at the store now and all that. Since Dr. Pepper is like I guess it's like an independent brand. It was just distributed by Coca-Cola, but their contract ran out, so they brought back Mr. Pibb instead.
I don't think I ever even knew that Mr. Pibb went away.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't realize it, but yeah, I guess it did.
I don't really drink soda. I only ever drink.
That's because you
Ghost.
you drink the ghosts all day, dude. Your caffeine intake's got to be among the goats of all time.
I only ever drink water and Ghost energy drink, and I probably drink more Ghost energy drink than water as of lately. My caffeine intake definitely is like insane. It's just straight coffee in the morning and Ghost energy
That's what I'm
drink.
saying, dude. You're topping 1,000 easily every day with
Oh,
your
yeah.
caffeine intake, dude. You're fucking crazy. I don't know how you're alive. Jesus Christ, man.
Liberals always come to there's no peace until you've been to their agenda.
It's facts, man. Liberals are hilarious.
Yeah, it is. I do think, I hate to always be like, oh, it's both sides, but I feel like
it is.
But I see it more at the left, and with liberals, they do it over ridiculous things. Like Republicans will try to tell you like, oh, there's no peace until you agree to our immigration policy, which it's like, okay, that might not be the case, but at least that's like a thing. But liberals will be like, there's no peace until you allow transgenders to compete in the Olympics, and it's like, whoa, wait, what? What the fuck?
Yeah, no, it is both sides, but I think what I draw the line at is that liberals, it's in the name. They value freedom and the freedom, but the thing is, like,
They don't.
they don't. They only value what they see as the right thing to do. That's why as soon as you disagree with them, it's over, man, because they really just want it their way. And I really, I try and give grace to people on both sides all the time because I do think that or at least I hope genuinely deep down they think they're doing the right thing. Because if you think you're doing the right thing, then I won't blame you that much. I'll disagree with you, but whatever. You're standing up for what you believe in. But I think most of them are just standing up for what they what they see on TikTok.
One of my pet peeves lately has been the way that the white girls now will talk about human rights.
Oh, dude.
They'll tell you, you'll say like, bro, why would you like unfriend somebody over politics? And they go, it's not politics now. Now we're talking about human rights.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Bro, you don't even believe in a god. Like, what are you talking about?
Dude,
You
no,
don't even know.
Exactly. These people, that's what I always laugh about, man. Especially like liberal white women will always talk shit about Christianity and all that. I'm like, dude, they're like, how could you believe in that shit? I'm like, you base your entire life off of shit you see off TikTok. Who are you to blame people for believing in a religion that's been around for fucking over 2,000 years, bro? Like, you're going to make fun of those people, but then you're going to base your entire life off of fucking TikTok.
There's a girl on Facebook who I've talked about on here before.
Yeah.
And she just unfriended me, so fuck it. Her name is Sammy Rain.
Pull her up on stream. Pull a picture up on stream. Let's see it.
It is SAMY space RAINE. She has two profiles for some reason, and one of them she left friended to me. I think she just forgot about that, but on the one that she uses more.
It's a sign. Hit her up.
She is constantly complaining. Like, this girl must be the most victimized by men woman of all time. Like, I swear to God, this girl has to have just been like assaulted by every single man in existence. She unfriended me because I posted a status talking about how I think it's funny how when you watch these political debates online now, people who are proudly atheists will try to get in debates with Christians and then tell them they're not being very good Christians. You see that? So you'll see it on dating podcasts. You'll see like and a buddy of mine commented, and I told him, I said, well, here's my example is you'll watch like the whatever podcast, And some
Yeah.
OnlyFans girl who banged 1,000 dudes in 24 hours will tell the Christian guy, "Oh, that doesn't sound very Christian of you. You don't sound very Christian." And it's like, bro, what? You fucking know nothing about Christianity. Don't try
Yeah.
to use. And because I made up that point, Sammy Rain, this chick gets in there out of nowhere and goes, "Oh, so you don't like it when OnlyFans girls do it, but you're okay when men do it?" And then she offended me. And I was like, no, I don't like it when men do it either. Just the first example I happened to think of was OnlyFans girls, but she's
Yeah.
constantly posting about. She posted one time she got raped, according to her.
Jesus Christ. All right.
So hours before just mere hours, now she's on Facebook posting after getting raped.
Yeah.
Her story was that she got raped and she went to report it to the police. So she went to the police station. She
Yeah.
went to report it. And they said, okay, well, we got to do a rape kit. And she said, okay, but I want a woman officer to do it. And they said, well, we're sorry, there's no women here right now. The few women police we have are, they were probably at home, not on
Yeah,
duty.
they're not on duty right now.
So she threw a fit and said, well, unless there's a woman, I'm not doing it. And they told her, well, we don't have a woman here, so we literally cannot do it. So she went home and got on Facebook and said, the police don't believe me and they won't take my report because they're discriminating against women. I'm like, bro, it literally sounds like they were willing to do it and you
Yeah,
said no.
you didn't want them to do it.
And I'm just thinking if I got raped, I would stop at nothing, to make sure that I you should want to seek justice in this case,
Yeah,
right?
get justice,
Shouldn't you
yeah.
be willing to do anything? But
Yeah.
no, I'm not even kidding. Every day she's talking about, I went out and some guy looked at me and just every day she's got stories about how men have assaulted her and harassed her, and to the point where she's making shit up, to the point where she has to straight up be making up entire stories. And the
Yeah.
biggest sign about why I know she's fucking insane
Mhm.
is because I'm pretty sure she has a kid.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Pretty sure she has a kid with a guy that she's no longer with, and the
Mm.
guy has full custody. And to me, that's the biggest sign. If you're a woman and the
Yeah.
guy gets full custody, you've got to be
Something's
off.
wrong.
You've got to
Yeah.
be off your shit insane, because there are stories of girls nodding off on heroin in the court case hearing and they get custody. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
girl always gets the fucking kid.
No, facts. Dude, yeah, for a dude to get full custody, she must be fucking insane. Because that almost never happens. Dude, some dudes go to fucking bat for half custody. They can't even get that shit sometimes.
Dude, she's really hot though. That's the bummer, is that she's hot.
Pull her up on stream, man.
Well, it's on Facebook. I don't have my Facebook on the computer.
Sure.
But
Hey, geez, shit piss, that fucking sucks, bro.
I got falsely accused back in high school and it sucked. Like when you were in high school, or to me the worst part about it is you got to think about, I hate these 20-year-old, when they try to bring it up 20 years later.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
if my girlfriend from freshman year came out today and tried to say that I assaulted her, you know what realistically I would be able to do to prove that I didn't? Literally nothing. What are you gonna do? If a girl says freshman year of high school, I'm 32 now. I'm 42 cell phones removed from that time in my life. It's not like I can go find old text messages. There's literally, you're just fucked. And in the society we live in, where it's believe all women and believe all you're just fucked. I don't have too many opinions on it. I didn't look into it too much, but the Danny Masterson case, for the guy from that '70s show, I don't know. It's pretty, most people have pretty much made up their minds that he's an evil rapist now. And it's
Yeah.
dude, those literally was a 20-year-old. She brought this shit up
Oh,
20 years
shit.
later.
It was like that? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
And
wild.
that's actually, I was a freshman probably 15 years ago at this. Yeah, because I'm 32. You're a freshman at 15.
Yeah.
So yeah, if my freshman year girlfriend came out and said, "Oh yeah, Becky did this," there's literally not a single thing I could do about it. I could try to hit up some old friends and say, "Do you guys think I would have done this to a girl back then?" And but aside from that, literally, what else can you do? There's nothing else you can do. I think we
True.
need to stop even listening to 20-year-old accusations. I'm sorry, it sucks. It's one of those unfortunate things. If you're a girl
Yeah.
and that shit happens to you, you just have to do something about it sooner. You can't wait 20 fucking years and then come out and say something and they'll talk about, oh, well, they're maybe embarrassed or ashamed. And it's okay, I get it. I'm sorry, but this just is the way it should be, because you can't
Yeah.
keep doing these fucking 20-year-old accusations.
True, yeah.
Like I said, there's not a single thing I could do if a girl 15 years later came out and tried to say that I did something. Like, literally, there's just nothing. All you can do. It just turns into he says, she says.
Yeah, true.
Trying to find status from her. We are still unfriended, but she has her
She's
stuff is
on.
all private or public, of course.
I was gonna say, of course it is. I'm not surprised.
Um,
Yeah, there are chicks out there that also just want to dunk on dudes all day. Like these two chicks in my class were talking about. Have you ever heard of like the male loneliness epidemic?
yeah.
Yeah, I overheard this conversation in my class, and they were talking about like, oh, serves them right. Like men are so bad, like yada yada yada. Like they deserve it, yada yada. I'm like, how fucking evil do you got to be to wish loneliness upon other people, bro? Like to me, that's just fucking evil.
These girls definitely just have dad issues.
That's why I figured. I'm like, you guys probably just have like personal issues in your own lives to make you like hate on a whole gender of people. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck what happens to me in my personal life or whatever. You know, if something did happen, I wouldn't be like, all women deserve loneliness. Like that's fucking crazy, bro. Like I don't know why people think like that.
Yeah. No, it's literally just dad issues. They have dad issues,
Yeah.
and I get it. I've dated a girl who had dad issues,
Mm.
like real deal dad issues that like most girls. I was gonna say most girls wish they had because girls want a source of drama in their life like that, but that sounds terrible. But yeah, and the thing that's funny is a lot of them, the dad issues are like their dad told them they can't wear that shirt one day in 8th grade, and they were,
All right.
oh my god,
God forbid their dad cares about them. No.
yeah. Or I'm sure a lot of it is just like their parents got divorced or whatever. But
Yeah.
of course I can't find it. She of course she deletes a lot of her posts. I've seen her literally delete comments. I've seen her post some stuff about like politics.
Yeah.
And I've seen people get in there and just fucking body her, and then I'll refresh the page to go keep up on it, and I see that she's deleted comments and commented again. She's commented on one of my statuses, and I bodied her, and she deleted her comment.
Of course she did. Yeah.
And it was about fuck, what was it about? It was about Youngblood. I said I don't
Oh,
think
that shitty ass food. Yeah.
I said I don't think Youngblood is really the next Ozzy Osbourne. I don't like him.
Of course.
And
Not.
of course she got in there and she said Youngblood cares about human rights, so I like him. And I put out like 4 paragraphs about why his music sucks and how Ozzy Osbourne was a trailblazer. And
Yeah.
I'm actually talking about the music, and she's just talking about gay faggot shit. And so she deleted her comment.
Of course she did. Yeah.
So she's one of those girls. So all these posts that I'm looking for where she's like, yeah, 4 men raped me yesterday. Of course, she probably deleted them all.
4?
And I've seen it too. People get in her comments and they're like, bro, you did not get gang raped in the middle of downtown Sacramento yesterday. And like, there were no police watching. Like, I'm not even kidding. These are the levels of stories that she has. She's never posted that I got raped by 4 men, but the levels of believability that she expects you to have, she's posted things like,
Is she like a GoFundMe chick? Like, oh, this happened to me. Here's my GoFundMe.
she's never started a GoFundMe that I've seen. She just has to be some kind of weird, like narcissistic and like needs attention. Like I'm like she's like, dude, it's insane. Like I've never seen a person this insane in real life. I added her because she was hot and she's kind of local.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably his narcissism. She just wants attention. Like, feel bad for me, feel bad for me, dude. I'm telling you, man, we live in a shameless fucking society these days. It's wild.
Oh yeah, it's they say like ashamed of nothing, offended by everything.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking true. I see that saying a lot, and it's hella true. I think a lot of people do feel shame, but then people say like, "Oh no, don't be ashamed. It's not your fault." I think that line of thinking is so bad though. Like, shame is a good thing, bro. It means you have honor and you know you can do better. So by trying to be like, "Oh, don't have shame for A, B, and C," like that's just the situation that society puts you in. I think it's such a fucking a crock of shit, bro. Jesus Christ, Fizz.
That is pretty genius. I got to give you that one, Fizz. That is great. Don't even have that big of a Muslim population.
Ooh, Jesus Christ, man.
Got the cops caught in. Oh yeah, I forgot to get back to shit piss's story. A chick was kicking me under the table at lunch, and I took her shoe and threw it, and she accused me of Jesus Christ. Took like 3 days to get it cleared up. Almost got the cops involved.
Dude, good thing you got out of that shit. That could have been super bad. That shit stays on your record forever.
Yeah, and girls just have that power now. And I think they kind of always have, but now they're just more willing to abuse it because of the kind of the climate of things and the believe all women, which was a the worst fucking thing that ever happened.
Yeah, exactly. And the division between dude, it's crazy how everything is so divided nowadays. I was gonna say the division between man and woman, which sounds fucking ridiculous, but in today's political society, it is somewhat true.
You both said Jesus Christ at the same time.
Yeah, I know, I noticed that. But what was I gonna say?
We were summoning.
Oh yeah, shit piss. Fucking dude, it's wild how easily you can get caught up with the law nowadays, and that shit would stay on your record forever, dude. Good thing you got out of that shit. What are you looking for again?
I'm still looking for any of her statuses about men. I can only find politics ones. Like so far, like here's a happy No King's Day post.
Oh, dude, the No King's Day shit was so stupid.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she goes to the protests and shit too.
Of course she does.
Like
making
she goes
a,
out
making a
with
huge
signs.
difference.
You know, she's hardcore. No Kings. God, she's just fucking hot. It's the worst. It's the absolute worst. Here she is asking if anybody wants to go to the river today.
You should have said yeah.
I should have. I should have tried to hang out with her at some point.
Dude, you should pick her up, take her to the river, and just talk her fucking ear off the whole time about how stupid she is.
I've wanted to try like faking, like people talk about faking their like ideas to get with girls and shit.
Mm.
But she is the type of girl that would legitimately like accuse me of rape. Like she would say, "Oh, he pretended to be a liberal."
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, you gotta stay away from women.
There are girls that will say that if you like lead them on for sex and then they have sex with you and then you don't commit to them, that should be charged as rape.
Yeah, because they say that they can remove consent in hindsight, like thinking about like, oh, actually, I changed my mind. At the time, I wasn't really thinking that, or some. It's wild out there nowadays, bro.
The craziest fucking thing. I'm like, dude, when I was in high school, like I remember the era of like, if you and a girl both got drunk and you hooked up, it was like oh, well, damn kind of thing. Like, damn, I would have normally never hooked up with them. And then you go on about your fucking life.
Oh.
Nowadays, it's, yeah, girls. And I'm not saying you should like be taking advantage of drunk girls, but like,
yeah, that's not the argument. You're not saying to get a girl hella drunk so you can get with her. That's not what you're saying.
Yeah, no, there used to be a time, but nowadays, and there are arguments where they'll say if a guy and a girl get drunk and they hook up, it's the guy raped the girl, like no matter what. Or if, yeah, girls can remove consent.
I can see the argument if the dude is stone cold sober and the girl is blackout drunk. I could see the argument for that. But if you're both drunk, then yeah, I don't see the argument no more.
That's what I'm saying. They try to say there's an argument for if you're both drunk. I've been in a situation where I was not even stone cold sober. I was drinking, but an ex-girlfriend that I was there to see was way too drunk, like literally way too drunk, and told me to that I have permission, but I was just, no, you're obviously way too drunk for this. I'm not drunk enough. It's funny because I even tried when I walked into the house. I knew she'd been drinking, so I walked in. I think I've told the story. I walked in, fucking trying to take it. I'm like, dude, I gotta get on her level.
Dude, it's just like fucking Superbad. You remember that scene from the movie where she's fucking like sloshed and he's like, haha, like he feels bad about trying to do anything.
No, I haven't seen that movie in fucking years.
Oh, dude, what you just said is exactly the same as the scene in the movie. He's like trying to catch up with her, but he can't catch up to her drunk, and so he won't do it with her because he feels bad.
Yeah, no, it's
Fizz. I got shit to do. I'm sorry, no after party for me, bro.
No, Fizz. I already told you, Fizz. There will never be an after party. Well, I don't know. Protomax might eventually, but for me, no, because I already told you. Once I get off the stream, I go smoke.
Yeah, maybe another time, but I have shit I gotta do tonight.
Fizz, I am gonna get on. I might get on tomorrow, actually.
All right, Tuesday. Dude, Tuesday could be a good Discord day.
Yeah, I might get on tomorrow just because I'll be at my mom's, and usually at some point when I'm at my mom's, everyone will leave me alone. So some point tomorrow, maybe either like afternoon or evening-ish, I might get on Discord.
Also, I don't know if it's appropriate to talk on the stream, but what's going on the Wednesdays, man? 2 weeks in a row, no co-host, no?
Oh yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be back on this week or not.
Okay, gotcha. I was just wondering if you knew he'd be on this week.
No, I got no idea. I didn't ask him how long, but I've talked about it. I've talked about it. He first told me his mom died. Now he told me his mom was on hospice. So I don't know. I don't know if his mom's dead again or not. And I don't want to be a dick about it. I'm just
Of
being a
course,
dick about
yeah.
it.
Clearly, something's going on, so you gotta just let him do his thing, and he'll come back when he wants to come back. Yes, what a couple of losers. Come on, man.
She posts way too much. In March, she said, "Y'all loved Rachel Zegler in The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds, and Snakes, but you draw the line at Snow White. Not every movie's perfect, I get it, but bashing her looks in Snow White, then posting women empowerment is fucking disgusting." First of all, who is posting about women empowerment and then bashing on Rachel Zegler's looks? Like those people aren't the same. Like people that are bashing on Rachel Zegler not being white enough for Snow White are not also talking about women empowerment.
Yeah. Yeah, she's probably just on drugs and just fucking posts whatever she feels like posting that night.
I don't even think she's on drugs. I think she's just like propagandized to that level.
I do feel bad for people that are caught by the propaganda machine so badly and think they're, very morally just. When, like I said, their morality is based off of fucking TikTok.
500 cigarettes.
I did feel bad for people that are propagandized, but I'm starting to not because it's all these people that are millennials that are my age, and it's like,
yeah, like they should know better.
Yeah, it's just like, dude,
I can see that.
I can understand it when you're 18, when you're young, when your friends are doing it, this or that or blah blah blah. But it's like by the time you're in your 30s, you have no excuse.
You got to hang it up, yeah.
And when it comes to things like, oh, deporting illegal immigrants is bad, and then you see these situations like in videos, people will go around to like rallies and be like, oh, so you don't like Trump deporting people? And they go, no. And then they go, what about when Obama did it? And they go, I don't want to talk to you anymore. And then they walk away.
Exactly. Yeah. They'll leave, man.
It's like,
very
dude,
weird.
You're flat out ignoring like facts just to keep talking the shit that you're talking. There's no excuse for it anymore.
No, I totally agree with you. And I feel the reason I do feel somewhat bad is because, it's like you were saying earlier, like women have a lot of empathy that they don't have kids anymore, really. So they need to give it somewhere. And, women are not as logically based thinking as dudes are. So they're more susceptible to the propaganda, which I think is fucked up.
Yeah, they definitely take advantage of girls.
Yeah, they do because they know women are more emotionally logic based. And they're more emotional thinking based, and they know that women have all this empathy that they don't have to give it. They don't have kids to give it to, so they make them believe all this political crap.
Fizz was trying to say that because I'm not in the Discord tonight, I'm not growing the stream. Fizz, that's the worst argument you've ever put forward.
Yeah, you should talk shit about him not posting any videos on the YouTube. That is a real critique.
Also, Fizz, don't call yourself a fan. I don't have fans. You guys are just like internet buddies. It's kind of what I would think of it.
Yeah, no, definitely don't say. Dude, you're one of 5 people that we hang out with on Monday nights. Definitely not a fan. We're just chilling.
I would even feel weird, even if I had like 1 million subscribers. I would just feel, I don't know. Maybe I'll get to that point, but I feel weird being like, thanks to the fans, you guys are my fans. Like that just feels weird to declare people your fans.
I think viewers is a better term. Like people that watch my shit, viewers, watchers. I think that's cool.
Yeah, eventually I would just say cult members to go along with the gimmick.
The cult members of DAC TV.
But no, Fizz, you're just like one of the internet homies or whatever.
Yeah, Fizz, if the stream does grow, then you're going to be a mod. It's going to be tight, bro.
Yeah, Fizz, once the stream grows, if the stream grows and we get the Discord to grow, you're basically going to get your own show in the Discord.
Yeah, facts. And if it, when it blows up, you got to, you'll be rewarded financially, bro. $25
you're probably going to scare away a lot of the people in the Discord, actually. But that's why we're going to call you Far Right Fizz, so people know what they're getting into.
Far Right.
So like when I come on stream and you're on audio or something and I say, yeah, this is the buddy Far Right Fizz, people are already going to know. Because if I just go, yeah, this is Fizz, and then Fizz goes, I hate black people, people are going to be like, oh shit, I didn't know what I was getting into.
Yeah.
But if we introduce you as Far Right Fizz and then you go, Muslims are rapists, people will go, that's Far Right Fizz.
We got to have a disclaimer in the Discord saying like, oh, Fizz does not represent the official views of DAC TV.
I should put that in the intro. Just Fizzle Geek does not represent the views of this channel. Yeah, no, Dixon Cider. It's got to be cult members because, like I said, it's Disco Acid Cult, so it's got to be the cult. Back in November, she said, "I'm not even arguing today. Y'all are just getting blocked." So she's one of
That's
those
probably what
people.
happened to you, bro.
Well, I'm not blocked. I'm just unfriended.
Ah,
I
shit.
should just try to add her again and see what she
Add her
does.
back, see what happens. DM her.
I'm gonna comment on her other page when she posts something and say, "Hey, I don't know if you know this, but we're friends here too. Do you want to unfriend me?"
No, that makes it look like you care way too much, bro. Don't do that. Don't give her so much power.
November 6th, she said, "I honestly don't care for who people voted for. This country is ass. But the amount of men being sexist and referring to Kamala Harris as a bitch or a cunt are the exact type of men to stay away from."
Hmm.
And then, of course, she's got all these simps in the comments. This one guy said, "Please don't call them men. That's not what real men do, since
Oh, shut the fuck up, man. Jesus Christ.
real men
Simps are the
respect
worst.
real
Simps are
men
the worst.
respect women, and just because a woman has a different opinion, and just because we men know those hurtful words like bitch or cunt, doesn't mean we should use them." And then Sammy Rain says, "Thank you. Not all men, but enough. That's something men need to work on collectively, like holding homies accountable." I love how she used the word homies. Holding
Yeah.
homies accountable, even if it's not something men want to do. Just her typing out the word homies makes me want to fuck her so much. I'm kidding.
Wait, what'd you say? I blanked out for a second.
She used the word homies, and I said, just her using the word homies makes me want to fuck her.
Jeez. Yeah, Fizzle Gig, right on, bro. We are too busy, man.
No, I'm not usually. Well, when it comes to after the streams, you guys just want to usually do it after the stream or whatever. Fizz is the Nick of the channel. Wait, who's Nick?
I think he means like Nick Fuentes.
Oh.
I'd assume. I don't know any other Nicks that he could be talking about.
Yeah, no, Fizz, I told you I'll get on the Discord tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow. You guys better find some free time tomorrow.
That's funny. Simps are definitely the one of the banes of society.
Yeah, because they empower these retarded girls.
Exactly. I was gonna say dude, it's like a fucking problem that compounds into itself. These women are propagandized, and a lot of these women are hot. And then the simps will act like they believe that shit and empower those ideas just to try and have an attempt at getting at these hot liberal women, bro. It's wild.
Girls use the term nut. Oh, that's kind of gnarly.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that shit.
If I watch one more body cam footage where some dumb cunt says, "Hey, bro, get the fuck off me, bro." Oh, you don't like girls saying the word bro. I dated a girl in high school that used to call me bro or dude, like just to make me mad when we were fighting.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I'm glad it made you mad because I would hate that shit. I would never want my girlfriend to call me dude or nothing like that.
Nowadays, I don't necessarily care. Like my last girlfriend, Calamity Jane never called me dude or bro. She called me babe constantly, which was fine. In high school, it was my main off and on girlfriend all throughout high
The
school.
one that starts with an A.
Yeah, but she
Yeah.
just knew how to. She really knew how to like get under my skin. She just wanted to piss me off. So that was really more so the reason it did was because I'm like, I know you're trying to piss me off by calling me dude or bro. And she would do the whole thing where she's like, "I don't mean to. That's just how I talk." And I'm like, dude, I want to fucking punch the fuck out of you right now.
Rage baiting successful.
Yeah, she'd basically rage bait me.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays, if I was dating a girl and we'd been together for like a fucking, that would also depend. If we've been together for like a fucking year and we're like sitting around watching Family Feud and she says dude or something, like,
Exactly.
okay,
I was actually gonna say dude is not that bad. I think bro is pretty gnarly though.
yeah, bro, that could be worse. Like I said, it would just depend.
Yeah, it really depends on the situation. If you've been together forever and every now and then, that's really not the end of the world.
And also, it would depend on like how often. Like if this becomes like an every, like she's calling me bro every sentence. At that point, I'd just be like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah, quit saying that. Quit talking like that.
had a very short-lived kind of hookup thing with a girl that said the N word, like unironically with the
She was,
A.
like one of those white girls.
Oh yeah, she was telling me about a fight she got into in high school, and she's like calling this girl the N word with the A, the A ending. And I was like, we were in the car and she said it. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? And it's funny because she thought I was getting mad because it was like racist, and I was like, no, it's because you sound gay as fuck. Don't ever say that to me.
Yeah, that is wild. I definitely would not date a chick that says the N word. Unironically, it's fucking crazy.
The blonde with short hair. No, my high school girlfriend, the off and on one. No, it was It's probably not a big deal actually, but I usually don't say her name just because like she's married and has a kid. Dixon Cider, it was Angelina, if you
Oh,
remember.
I forget that you and Dixon Cider like kind of know each other.
Dixon Cider knows everything. I brought up a girl that got her a picture of her tits passed around the school in like a chain text one time, and
Yeah.
he like knew immediately who I was talking about.
He's seen those tits before, bro.
If a bitch runs her mouth too much, she's gonna get the sharp side of my tongue.
I think he's trying to say he's gonna cuss her out.
Oh,
And if she don't act right, then he's gonna pimp smack her. Jesus Christ, come on, man.
get the back of the hand. Yeah, sometimes they need a lesson, bro. Okay, I'm not gonna find any of these posts. She's deleted too many posts, and she's posted too much for me to find anything that she hasn't deleted. And she always does delete the post. Like she deleted the post about talking about how she tried to report the assault to the cops, and then they discriminated against her. Like, you know, she deletes these things. She also she posted one time where she was like, Gavin Newsom hates to see me coming ever since I got that video of him. Like she basically thinks Gavin Newsom knows who she is.
Yeah, right.
Because she talks some shit about him on Facebook or something. Like you fucking retard. Like he has no idea who you are and he doesn't give a fuck. Like it's just the most retarded girl. I really wanted to lie to her and see how close I could get in there, but I fucked up because
not worth it. You're gonna get falsely accused and end up in jail.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm too broke to bail you out, bro. It'd be sad.
You know we're close to unlocking super chats on the YouTube channel.
No fucking way. What do we need?
Let me go see. So there's two types of YouTube partners. The first one is where you can unlock memberships. We could do memberships.
Yeah.
And we can get super chats.
Mm.
What you need is 3 uploads within the last 90 days, which is perfect because we upload every week with the live streams. And we need 3,000 watch hours out of the last year, and we have 2,825.
Dude, let's go.
So in a few more, and first of all, let me just say, Dixon Cider, Fizz, and Shit Piss are not giving any super chats, so I'm not, and I'm making fun of you guys. I don't care, but it'll be cool to unlock super chats because if new people show up, I can try to harass them.
No, and you guys, please don't ever give super chats. Please do not do that.
And then memberships, I'm never going to use memberships. The YouTube monetization that I want is, you know, when you get ads on your videos. And we're far away from that. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000. And you need 4,000 watch hours out of the last year. So I need about another 1,000 watch hours.
Dude, I'll just start putting the fucking live stream video on my phone 24/7. That reminds me of, you remember in Super Smash Bros. Melee when you had to let the game run for like 10 consistent hours to unlock Mewtwo? You remember that? Or it was like 250 fights or something?
No, but you would just let it run?
Like, it was something like you had to reach a certain amount of matches to unlock him. So people would just like play the game fucking constantly, even when they didn't want to play no more, to unlock him.
Oh yeah, Dixon Cider. That was like, she was like my main throughout high school. We were, and when I say we were off and on, I mean like we would get to school in the morning and we would break up, and then we would get back together at lunch, and then we'd break up after school, and then we'd get back together the next day. She used to call me at like 7 in the morning and tell me what to wear to school, and if I wasn't wearing it, she'd break up with me, and then we get back together at lunch.
Sounds awesome.
She used to tell me what to get for lunch just in case she wanted a second lunch for the day. It was like a real Kelso, and it was basically like Kelso and Jackie, honestly, except Angelina wasn't like conceited like Jackie was, in the way that she was like looking at herself in the mirror all the time.
What did y'all break up for good over?
I don't even remember. I don't even remember. I'm sure it was just one of our petty breakups, and it just so happened that life kind of carried on.
Yeah, true.
Dude, I used to be like, I'd get to school, she'd break up with me, and I'd be like, fuck yeah, I get to spend lunch with my friends. And I'd go sit with my friends at the lunch table, and we'd all be sitting there talking. Yeah. And like all my friends would all at the same time get quiet and put their heads down. Mm-hmm. And I would know that like she must be looming behind me. And sure enough, I turn around and there she was. Like they all just knew, oh fuck, his girlfriend's coming. Yeah. And she'd come get me and say, oh yeah, my friends didn't come to school, so we're back together. You got to hang out with me today. And then we'd go make out behind the ceramics building.
But Jesus Christ, man.
She has grown up surprisingly. Like we still talk today. She sends me music. She'll like get into a new band or a new song. She sends it to me.
Oh, so
like,
she's actually cool.
Yeah, she's cool as shit. She's grown up surprisingly well. She's like married and has a kid.
Damn,
But yeah,
good for
that
her.
is why me and Anthony had beef. He was like obsessed with her and she loved guys that were obsessed with her. She used to hang out with guys.
Mm.
Also, partially to piss me off. That would become a problem with us. She would like make some new guy friend and it was some guy that just like was obsessed with her and
They
she
clearly
wouldn't date.
wanted to be with her.
Yeah, and she wouldn't date them.
Yeah,
Uh, sh
women love that shit. They call that shit male orbiters. I don't know if you heard that term before.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, just dudes that are just orbiting around, like waiting for the chance. It's the same dude. It's the simps, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, simps are the ones that give them powers. The thing that's funny
True.
is it's one of those things that if I could go back, like I know the secret. The
Yeah,
secret to her was just pretending like you don't care.
exactly, exactly. She doesn't
That would have
actually want the guy that's obsessed with her.
that would have given me all the power, but she was the one that was good at pretending like she didn't care. Like I lost every time she would
Yup.
do something and I'd get mad about it. If I would have just been like, whatever, she would have lost her shit and I would have done way better off, but
Yeah, I
I
have a
didn't play it
buddy that
that way.
says that. He always says that the universe will punish you for simping no matter what. It is not the right decision to make ever.
Yeah, it's true. It is
It
true.
is true. I can't think of a situation where simping is good. You just shouldn't do it, bro.
Yeah, fucking A. We used to break up, uh, depending on how sometimes it'd be for long. I mean, I had plenty of other girlfriends in high school, so we had long enough breaks to where I could go get into full other.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd get a girlfriend and then she would come back and I'd start cheating on that girlfriend with her. Like half the times I cheated, it was with her.
Yeah, that's the lore behind that one time Laban was driving the van to McDonald's, right? Yeah.
Yes, that's the girl.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to say his name on stream. It is what it is.
Oh no, that one's fine.
All right, for sure.
I say Laban's name sometimes.
All right, cool, cool.
Yeah, no, I was dating Chrissy and she did not come to my show, so I brought Angelina instead.
Yeah.
And everyone in the band too, it was funny because everyone in the band knew they're like, your current girlfriend doesn't want to come to your show, so you're bringing your ex-girlfriend. And I was like, yeah, no, but like just as friends. And they're like, dude, stop it. And I was like, oh, we're just gonna hang out.
We're just chilling.
She was the scene queen of
Kicking it.
Angelina, and no, not really. She was always kind of in a weird spot because she was like friends with popular girls, but she was a little too trashy for like the cheerleaders, but they were
Mm.
all cool. She came to all the shows because of me. She never would have admitted it. She came to all our shows, and that's how she became friends with, basically like the scene kids. Like I am the reason that she became even like involved in like scene kids. When I met Angelina, her like celebrity crushes were John Cena
What
and
the
like
fuck?
the singer of Papa Roach, and she was into the band Trapped.
Yeah.
And then I came along and she gets into like Never Shout Never and the Ready Set and the Main. I basically turned her and she would never admit this. I would give her shit for this today and say, I'm the reason that you became what you became and why you have good music taste to this day. Every girlfriend I've ever dated, I gave them good music taste and no one's ever thanked me for it.
Damn.
But I'm the reason she got, like involved in basically like Dixon scene music and all that. And yeah, she used to come to my shows even when we were broken up. She'd come to my shows just to piss me off, and she'd be like, "I'm not here for you. I'm here because of my friends over." I'm like, "Dude, stop. You're here because I'm playing this fucking show."
That's fucking sick. Oh, I was gonna ask you, since you're talking about lore anyways, which band member are you talking about that blocked you and you were like, we were brothers of the string and
Uh,
all that shit? Who is that?
Carlos Esperanza.
Oh shit.
When I was in Ghost Stories, Carlos was the guitar player.
Mhm.
And Carlos was older. When I was in that band, I was like 19, and
Mm.
Carlos must have been like 20, maybe somewhere like 23, 24, 25.
Oh shit, so like significantly older.
Yeah, very short, really short guy. But I like Carlos was so I looked up to Carlos because he was older and he was like a really good guitar player. So I actually
Yeah.
looked up to him like in a way.
Mm.
He ended up quitting the band because we partied too hard. I remember me and Steven make jokes. There's a quote from him where he says, "You guys are making asses out of yourselves." We'd get, drunk at shows, and which was
Mm.
funny because Carlos would buy me beer and make me drink it at shows. It made no sense. What's funny is looking back, I know
Yeah.
exactly what he was feeling. Like I said, if he was like 25, he
Yeah.
was realizing that he's 25, and if this music thing is gonna work out, he's got to get on it. And we're all fucking 19 to 21. So
Yeah.
he's like, I can't be fucking around with these kids anymore. I need to do something with my life.
Dude, it's like fucking School of Rock when they kicked Dewey out the band.
Yeah. But It's funny because he immediately regretted it. Everyone that ever quit our band, which was
Yeah.
Carlos and then Thayer quit twice, they would both express immediate regret like within the week because we were the best band around, dude. We had the most fun. We were like the
That's what
best
you say.
band.
Best band in California history or some shit, no?
Yeah, we partied the hardest. Every show we went to, like we never played a bad show. People legitimately loved us, and by that point in my life, I was able to tell when people were just being nice to you and when they actually liked your band.
Yeah.
People actually really liked us. So yeah, no, he regretted it pretty immediately, and then
Mm.
yeah, he quit. And then one time, this was during the George Floyd, the Black Lives Matter riots.
Yeah.
I posted something. It was just like a joke about how, oh, these white college kids, they're mad about this incident that happened in Minnesota, so they're out burning down an antique shop in downtown, Portland, Oregon. Like, how does that look? Literally, that was the joke. Like, how the fuck does this make any sense? Like,
Yeah.
go to Minnesota or something. And so Carlos responded and said, "Why are you posting this?"
Yeah.
And before I got to respond, he said, "Lives are more important than property. I'm blocking you," and then blocked me.
Damn.
I was like, "Bro, if you would have not been a pussy and let me explain, I would have said that, like, I'm fine with people, like, damn near rioting, but go to Minnesota to the police station where you're mad at. Don't burn down a fucking antique store in Portland, Oregon, because you're mad about something that happened in Minnesota. That makes no sense and does nothing
Yeah.
for the cause. It makes you look fucking retarded, actually."
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of those people doing that shit are paid instigators too. So he really looks stupid.
But he's a total pussy now.
Damn, that's too bad. Brothers of the String, man. That's fucked up.
Force of Habit, I liked some of those guys, like Garrett Wood. He's a really cool dude, but Force of Habit sucked. They were kind of ahead of their time, like the fact that I'm now like kind of an 80s metal dude. Well, not an 80s metal dude, but I'm into most things 80s. But they were doing like they were trying to be like Metallica back in 1984 or whatever.
Mm. Dude, it's
But
interesting. Oh, my bad. Go on.
no, I was just saying they were way out of, we were all scene kids. Like we were like, bro, you guys were doing like, or they were trying to be like Megadeth back in the day, and we were like doing like Asking Alexandria stuff. So we all thought they were gay as fuck. But I liked Garrett a lot. I knew him personally.
Dude, it's interesting how the scene completely died in our town, or at least from my point of view, from the time that you were in high school, from the time that I was in high school, because there was like nothing like that during my time there. At least it wasn't big enough for me to know about it.
Me and Steven have talked about this.
Yeah.
And I hate to sound arrogant, but like we were the scene.
Oh, so you guys were just so fucking good that you guys made it what it was, and without you guys, there is no scene.
Well, actually, now that I think about that too, there was so like Your Second Chance.
Yeah.
Before all of us, there was a band called Signal Shattered.
Mm.
They were a band from Dixon, and they were like way older. Like I wasn't even around when they were a band. After them, they turned into a band called the Rocket Ship Light Show,
Mm.
and I think they broke up. And then there was a band called Your Second Chance, who consisted of a bunch of kids that were like 2 grades older
Mm.
than us. They were a band first. They were kind of the ones that we consider like the pioneers. They were like a Christian metalcore band.
Mm.
And they were really around first. And while we played a lot of shows with them. Like we were all around at the same time.
Yeah.
But pretty much after I was done with music, Dixon and Vacaville had no more scene. Like it was
Yeah.
so that's why me and Steven are like, yeah, we were the scene. Like without us, there was no. I mean, when I was in high school, there was a shit ton of bands from Dixon and Vacaville. Like there was Your Second Chance.
Mm.
There was I was doing Survive the Collision with Miles, and then I joined Seventh at Lullaby, which turned into June Breaks Bright.
Mm.
And then there was Force of Habit. I'm sure there was other bands from Dixon that I can't remember. Vacaville had a lot of better bands. There was like Beyond Ocean's Grasp, which was like my friends Robbie and Zach. And then there was Us versus London, which was Steven's band.
I remember that, yeah.
Some band called Tomorrow's Yesterday, which is the gayest fucking name of all time. I remember Austin was always like, Tomorrow's Yesterday. So what is their name fucking today? Like Austin was hella funny like that.
That was fucking funny.
DWB had a lot of fun at their show. Who the fuck was DW?
Dirty White Boy.
Oh, duh, of course.
Yeah.
Dirty White Boy had a lot of fun at their shows, but definitely weren't part of the scene. I mean, if you came to shows, I'd say you were part of the scene. Dirty White Boy was only part of the scene because he just used to fuck all the girls.
I think I think he's talking about the band not being a part of the scene, like maybe a different genre or something.
A lot of fun at their shows.
But they definitely weren't a part of the
Oh,
scene.
okay. No, never mind. Sorry, you're talking about Force of Habit. That's what you're
Yeah, I
saying.
think that's what he's saying. It's like he was saying it's like, oh, different kind of band.
Yeah, Force of Habit they were kind of outside of. And then there was a band called Straight Up Grizzly from Woodland, also the worst band name of all time.
That
But
is, yeah.
I forgot about them too. So even there's a little bit of Woodland in the scene, and then
Straight Up Grizzly sounds like a fucking brand of chewing tobacco.
yeah, it really does.
Mm.
And then we brought in bands from like other areas. Like when we played our CD release show, I booked on. It starts with Alaska, who is from the Bay Area. Before You Fall from Sacramento. Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff going on at that. That was like a really fun, like an actual music scene. Our CD release show had over 300 kids there.
Damn, that's pretty
And I
good.
know it was over because the booker, my buddy Dakota, he was kind of, or the doorman. I booked the show. It was like the best show I ever booked. He came and told me, he's like, bro, we sold 300 tickets.
Damn.
And I was like, dude, I just snuck in like 10 girls. So I know there's more than 300 people here because I was sneaking in girls through the side at my own show. And he's like, bro, you realize you get paid less if you sneak people in. And I'm like, yeah.
It's not about the money.
Yeah, exactly. That was when I was crushing on Cindy West too. She was like, oh my God, I was in love with Cindy West.
Damn.
But yeah, no, that was a great time. But yeah, no, after us, there was no, even when I was in Ghost Stories and Champagne Girls, that's why we played shows in like the Central Valley in the Bay Area, because
Yeah.
Dixon and Vacaville had really died out at that point. Basically, once we graduated high school, there was no more.
Yeah, and there was completely no. I think almost nothing like that when I was in school. Maybe there was, and like I said, I just didn't know about it. But it was definitely not something that was talked about.
Yeah, I think being in a band isn't cool anymore.
Yeah, like that. It was like a short. It was like a product of its time. It's not really a thing anymore. In my time, everyone was trying to be SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah, people just get a MacBook now, whereas basically from like the 40s up until a couple of years ago, it's been, if you want to make music, you get a guitar and you get in a garage with a buddy.
Yeah.
You can find a mom that's cool enough to let you have a drum set in their garage. But yeah, now people just get laptops, which makes sense like financially. What's cheaper, getting a whole entire band's worth of gear or just getting a laptop and
Yeah,
doing
but
it all
what's
yourself?
sicker?
Yeah, no, exactly. The band is way
Yeah.
cooler, obviously.
Yeah, I think that's why music today has like no soul. Because you said it used to be about a few friends in a garage trying to make shit, but now you're just making it on your computer. You can feel it.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even realize it's almost 9.
Oh shit, yeah.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
Who's in chat? Who's left in chat before we go? Like I usually do.
Dixon Sider's still here. Fizz is probably already in the Discord.
Fizz, are you already running an after show in
Dude,
the Discord?
Fizz's last comment before he checked out is wild. He says, "Bitches got to buy a ticket to ride the Fizz train. I don't allow just any random coochie to ride this train."
Oh, that's awesome. I was gonna say I might get on tomorrow because I need more clips, but my clips are gonna start being me in the car talking. So never mind it.
500 cigarettes. Yeah, dude, you guys start fucking carpet bombing those fucking those car TikToks, man. Just fucking post 10 of them.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm just gonna start doing it that way for a TikTok. Like I said, I'm even reenacting like quotes from here now on there.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, fuck it. If that's what gets the views, dude, do whatever you got to do to get this channel up, especially since we're about to be at super chats and memberships and shit, dude. That's where it fucking takes off. Hey, good night, Dixon Sider. Thanks for pulling up and chatting, bro.
I did see, I got mad again because I was on Reddit the other day and somebody reaffirmed what I already knew. They basically said,
yeah,
on YouTube, if you pay for an ad, it fucks over your channel because they identify you as somebody who's willing to pay. So then they naturally stun.
Oh, dude, because they want you to pay again.
And I remember they basically said, don't pay for one ad because it's hard to get away from that. They said the only time you should ever be paying for ads is if you have like a monthly budget that you're going to keep going.
Yeah.
But when I think about it, I remember I ran that one ad and I've gotten like over 100 subscribers since then.
Yeah, true. So maybe you posted enough to where it wore off the algorithm that wants you to pay again.
Yeah, because I've had videos, like it was after that ad that I posted the Tommy Lee video.
Yeah.
And it was after that ad that I posted the Tommy Lee video, 8,000 views. And then I've had shorts that have done well since then. So I'm sure it did some damage, but I don't think it was like life ruining.
Yeah, it's not permanent. It's worn off since then.
Because yeah, that ad, I did that ad for the Blackout Stories video that I never ended up using. It got 3,000 views, and then the Tommy Lee video came out 2 months later and did 8,000 views.
Yeah, I definitely won't worry about it then. But yeah, maybe in the future, don't pay for ads until you're ready to start doing it once a month. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I wasn't planning on it. The only time I'd ever pay for ads is if I was making money off the channel. I might do like a monthly or something, but we cut it up for a bit longer if you ladies want to come and chat. Or yeah, you guys were already on the
Dude,
on
they
the
don't even
after.
fuck with the real stream anymore. They're trying to have their own little stream on Discord.
This is why Fizz wanted the Discord, but I don't know why Fizz didn't just start his own Discord. Yeah, Fizz, I'm gonna keep saying you gotta come on audio only at some point. You know what's funny is I've got one of those wrist supports for my keyboard.
Yeah.
Then I've got this sticker that I got in the mail from Jay.
Dude, nice based.
But yeah, Fizz, eventually I'll bring you on as Far Right Fizz. That's gonna be your character.
Dude, the channel's heading in a good direction. I can feel it.
Yeah, I know. I looked at that yesterday and I'm like, oh shit, I'm actually close to super chats. I don't know. No one's, like I said, no one's ever gonna super chat. It'll just be cool to say that I have the
Nah,
option.
you don't know that, bro. You don't know that.
No one new has showed up in chat for a long time.
Shit piss is the last one.
Yeah, which I guess actually isn't that.
Yeah, I
He's
say,
pretty
where did he show up like 2 weeks ago? So, I think it's possible. We just got to continue, stay consistent with the streams. And then, it looks like you figured out the TikTok shit. So, heading in a good direction.
I'm gonna start telling people when new people show up, if you don't have money to super chat, leave. Don't even stay anymore.
We don't need more broke people around here.
Oh no, did you see? Okay, really quick before we go.
What's up?
I'm not gonna play the audio because I don't want to get struck because it is WWE. But look,
Ah, shit.
was this tonight? Because Paul Heyman is with him.
Oh no!
Look at this though.
No, not Brock Lesnar, bro. That camera pans away hella fast.
Yeah, Brock slipped.
Dude, at least Brock is the GOAT and he just fucking smiles and walks it off, though.
Yeah, Brock and someone says, bro, lost all of his aura. Someone said, took himself to Suplex City.
Yeah, facts. Nah, Brock can't lose his aura, bro. He's bigger now than he was back in like 2002. I don't know if you've seen comparison images. Dude, he's a monster right now. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, if you laugh at him for slipping, he could just kill you with his bare hands.
Yeah, facts.
Rush Fizzbaugh. I get what you're going for, but that's terrible.
Yeah, Far Right Fizz is definitely better and more accurate.
Yeah, unless you think of a better one, Fizz, it's got to be Far Right Fizz. I mean, if you weren't Far Right, I would just call you Far Out Fizz.
Yeah.
But Far Right Fizz is perfect, and it rolls off the tongue. Fizzbaugh, come on. I mean, even like Fizz Limbaugh would be better.
Fizz Limbaugh.
Isn't that his name, Rush Limbaugh?
Rush Limbaugh, yeah. Very famous political commentator.
Rush Lim Fizzbaugh is the worst one you could have come up with, Fizz. You lost me there. You've got a couple more subs.
Yeah, true. I think we're at 671 right now, so heading in the up direction.
But let's go with the after show, bitches. Just pop in for a few minutes. Far Right Fizz is fine. Yeah, no, it's got to be because it's perfect. It's a perfect name.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna hit the outro. I'm gonna get out of here. Prepare to have your eardrums blown.
Oh yeah. Good stream, y'all. Peace out.
And we're all here today to groove and have a beautiful time together, and that it's only the beginning. Sometimes I think I'm drunk and then I realize I am drunk. Sometimes